It's been a long time. The big wait for high school football, it's finally here, folks. Good evening. I'm Dave Cadis, along with Kenny Nellis, the athletic director at Penn State Du Bois. We're here at Troy Allen Stadium in Slippery Rock. You gotta look at this. Okay. We're at Troy Allen Stadium here in Slippery Rock for a big high school football game, and what a day it has been. Woke up this morning thinking we were going to watch a great Clarion high school football game against Punxsutawney, Coach Nellis, and everything seemed to be just dandy. I went to class, and I'm teaching class at Clarion, and then all of a sudden we get this message that the game was canceled. So I'm sitting in my office saying, okay, what am I going to do on a Friday night
in Clarion,
basically?
yeah.
How about you? What did you have planned to do?
I had mechanistic, probably.
That's right. You had plans to go out and have a beverage of your choice, basically. Then, right after that, we were notified that Clarion High School, the Central Clarion Wildcats, will be playing a football game down in Slippery Rock. This was all COVID-related, and Punxsutawney had called this morning and decided to cancel the game because of COVID issues, and a big credit went out to the administration here at Slippery Rock and also at Clarion High School for them to get together and say, hey, we have the same issues. And one of the ways that this occurred is, and I'll just read a statement from Slippery Rock High School, that a second high school football game involving an Erie County team was canceled Thursday due to low roster numbers because of COVID-19. Fort LaBeouf is dealing with COVID-19 issues and will not play its scheduled non-region game today against Slippery Rock. Okay. So that's basically how it all shook out tonight, that we were able to get Clarion here and to get Slippery Rock on a football field here on a Friday night.
I'm just glad that the athletic directors and administration, hustled. And again, as an athletic director myself, I know there's just so many moving parts. And Dave, you've done it yourself for 15 years or more, and it's just fantastic that they've given the kids an opportunity to play. They practiced preseason all through the summer, lifting and training, and they're waiting for this night to come. And I'm glad. I'm really glad for the kids that they've got the opportunity to play tonight from both schools.
Well, down here at Slippery Rock tonight, there's a big veterans ceremony going on tonight, and they're going to be honoring some of our United States veterans here tonight before the game. With everything that's going on in Afghanistan, it's appropriate to do something tonight. It's going to be a big night of high school football. So congratulations to both teams are out here tonight. We're ready to start some football games tonight. We're talking inside the game, and that is brought to you by All Seasons Temporaries, and we want to thank all of our sponsors tonight, and we'll get to them as we basically get around. Coach Nellis, we had a nice drive down here. We were talking about both teams and talking about that initial night tonight as far as high school football is concerned. And there are some big football games out there all across the state of Pennsylvania tonight. There's a big one up in Knox, Pennsylvania, Keystone and Red Bank, and you had some thoughts on that.
Well, game. Yeah, that's going to probably set the tempo for both of those teams tonight's game. Whoever wins that game probably will have just a little leg up in their division. And Keystone coming off one of their best years and probably, I don't want to say decades, but I was glad to see Keystone really have put together a great season the last year or two. And Red Bank has been solid for years, so it's going to be a great game up there in Knox.
I was down there last year and had the opportunity to broadcast the Coudersport Red Bank high school playoff game there, and Red Bank won and went along and played that next week. So a lot of big games throughout the conference tonight. Of course, Clarion is down here at Slippery Rock playing the Rockets football team, basically. Some other games around the District 9 I want to get to. Bradford is at Brookville tonight. Brookville coming off a pretty good season last year, and be kind of anxious to see how they respond to a Bradford team that's been down for.
Are they replacing their quarterback? That was a star for 4 seasons or so?
Yeah, he's gone, and Brookville's got to retool basically and try to get something out of that. Carn City's going to make a trip all the way up to Erie and play Girard tonight, which is a big game. This is the one I'm going to be watching later on this evening too. St. Mary's is going to be playing against against Ridgeway. Ridgeway has really been a powerhouse the last few years, and St. Mary's, led by former Clarion University wide receiver Chris Dorick and former Brookville coach, coaching that team, and he's really got them going up there. So
yeah, they made strides last year. St. Mary's, I recall their team wasn't the same old St. Mary's team, so it was nice to see Chris getting that team going.
Absolutely. Elk County Catholic, it will be traveling to Bucktail. Red Bank against Keystone is what we mentioned also. Union AC Valley against Brockway. That should be a pretty good game. I got a chance to broadcast that game again last year too, and down at AC Valley. So big hopes and expectations for both of those teams. Coach at Brockway, also a Clarion guy. Now, it escapes me right now.
Jake Heigl.
Yeah, Jake Heigl, taking over that Brockway program last year, made some inroads, and he's got that team headed in the right direction also. Cameron County will be playing Cottersport, who made the D9 playoffs last year. Montauk will be taking on Kane. DuBois against Clearfield. That's a big rivalry. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think it's, DuBois, I'm not sure their situation this year, but that's always a big game with DuBois and Clearfield. Clearfield probably going into the game has got the upper hand, but, first night out of the box, you never know what's going to happen. So that should be an exciting game too.
That should be a good one. Everett versus Kerwinsville. And on Saturday, Port Allegany will be traveling to Otto Eldred, and Smethport will be traveling to Sheffield. So full slate of Friday night lights. First game of the season. I know down around the Pittsburgh area they call it zero week 0, and could still never figure that out, what's going on. Play week 1 and call it week 1. It's week 1, by gosh.
First game of the year.
For the racing. So that's a look a little bit around D9, brought to you by River Hill Automotive. Take your car over to River Hill Automotive and have them check it out, basically. Okay? Coach Nellis, let's talk a little bit about the teams a little bit right now. Let's talk a little bit about Clarion and where we are at with the Wildcats. Okay, I almost did it with the Bobcats. Almost did it, but I caught my tongue for the most part. So Clarion coming to the game. Tell us a little bit about what we can expect and what is expected about them if they're going to be successful this year.
Clarion's going to really have to dominate the offensive line and defensive line. I think from what we're told and what we're reading, that they've got a lot of seniors that are on the line. There are about 7 guys that can start in any of those 5 positions. So that's going to be battle's going to be in the trenches, like the old saying goes. And I think Clarion, if they run the ball really well, they'll establish themselves and they'll keep themselves in this game.
I think so too, Ken, because number one, we talked about some of these guys. They got like 7-8 guys on that offensive line, and anytime you coach a football team or you're involved with a football team, you got to be strong up front. And these guys, Luca Cherico, Cole Wren, Colton Bradley, Chaos Baker, Mason Songer, Ian Hagan, and Caleb Keel. From doing the games down at the stadium last year, saw all these guys. They played a lot. They got a lot of experience on that offensive line. So that's a really, really big plus. And I think the other thing with this, Clarion's going to come out with a 9th grade quarterback, and it's really funny for me to see this because they have Jace Ferguson, number 1. So if you're wearing a uniform with number 1 on it, you better be pretty good.
Yeah, you better be good. Yeah.
You better be good. You just don't give you number 1 and just say, hey, go and play. If you're number 1, you're expected to be pretty good. So Jace Ferguson is going to come out as a 9th grader, and it's really funny because they got him listed as 5'11", 165 pounds. That's what I graduated high school with. I graduated 5'11", 165 pounds. So I'll be watching myself 40 years ago playing football out there in Jace Ferguson eyes. So he's going to be a young kid. And, usually a kid in 9th grade is going to spend a little bit of time on that freshman team or that JV team. They've rocketed him all the way up to starting quarterback for the Wildcats. So that's going to be a lot of things on his shoulder going into this game.
Yeah. And I think the coaches must have seen something in Jace that's going to give him the opportunity to start. But I think the confidence and the leadership maybe from the seniors on the line, they can help him out a lot by doing their job properly. And like anything else, coaches get him started in the game got a little easy, and the running game gets started. It makes the passing a little easier, and things can open up for him and build a little confidence in him.
With a young kid, what you like to do is say, okay, Jace, here's the deal. What do you like to throw? you're going to give you 3 pass patterns, and we're going to run it out of like 5 different formations. So what do you really like to throw? And he's going to say, hey, I want to throw the out, or I want to throw a square in or something like that. So I think they'll be really working with him with kid gloves on and saying, hey, we want to have him have some success. I don't expect him to come out throwing the ball 50 yards down the field, okay? So I think that's going to be a big thing for him to start off. Get him off slowly, get some confidence in what he's doing, and I think he's going to go it'll go well.
Probably his number 1 target will be the Simcoe boy, senior, about 6'2", a big target, and hopefully that he gets the ball in his hands several times during the game, and that'll make things a little bit easier for a young quarterback.
Yeah, Christian Simcoe is going to be a really good target, for him and everything. Last year, he had 12 receptions for 214 yards and 4 touchdowns for the Wildcats last year. So he's going to be basically a real big go-to guy. So it'll be interesting to see what Slippery Rock does if they try to double team him or do anything like that. And you talk about Christian Simcoe a little bit. His father, we recruited to play football at Clarion University at that time. He came from Norwin High School along with 3 other kids from Norwin High School. So football runs in their family, and we're interested to see how that's basically going to go with him. The other thing is Brecken Rex. He ran the ball a lot last year, too. He ran the ball 57 times for 376 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns last year. So you got a little bit some experience at the skill positions, and that's going to be a big thing. But I always circle back and say what you had to say. They better be able to run the football because you got a young freshman quarterback in there, and you can't put a lot of heat on him. So I'm sure the linemen are in there along with some of the upperclassmen saying, hey, we got to help this kid out to start with.
Yeah, and you talked about Brecken. I got to watch a couple games last year just because we were working up in the booth on the some of the games, the home games last year, and he does breakaway speed. He is very fast, so he can maybe be kind of a quiet player and then just really pop a long one, and that's the threat that he brings to that team too. So he'll be exciting back to watch tonight.
Well, one thing about Clarion is they lost a lot of good skill players. I mean, you think about last year's season with Cal German, Ethan Burford, Cutter Bogus, Bo Verdale. A lot of those guys are gone. Some of them gone off to play college football and everything. So it's going to take a bunch of guys to step up to try to fill those voids that you left on the team. Always remember Cal German running back there, the quarterback, and throwing deep, and Burford making great catches and everything. But these guys now have an opportunity to set their own path and create their own big plays out there as far as Clarion is concerned. On defense a little bit, Chaos Baker, he's a 2-way lineman, and they're big up front. And talking to one of the assistant coaches for Clarion says, you got to keep an eye on him because he is going to be all over the field. So I definitely have my eye on number 67. He's 6 foot, 255 pounds, and he can really stuff that middle an awful lot for the Wildcats.
He's a real athletic kid, very aggressive. I remember watching him wrestle as a 9th grader, maybe even as an 8th grader, and he's fantastically athletic for as big as he is, and he brings that energy and that tenacity, nastiness to the football field. You will be calling his name tonight plenty.
We're going to we'll come back and we'll take a good look at the Slippery Rock Rockets. There's a veteran ceremony going on down on the field, and we don't want to basically interrupt that. So we'll be back with more of the D9 football pregame show sponsored by Carly Tao on exploreClarion.com.
He's on the 30. He's on the 20. He's on the 10. It's a touchdown.
There's nothing like football. The lights, the cheers of the crowd, and getting a chance to see our local athletes and kids give it all they've got. Come to a game. Support our local schools. Clarion County Community Bank. A better way to bank. Member FDIC. Visit us online at ClarionBank.com.
Best wishes to our local teams for a safe and successful season from your one-stop car, truck, and SUV dealer, Clarion Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Visit us on Main Street in Clarion or start online at ClarionAuto.com.
Do Dubruk, a proud member of the M&B Group, is the right choice for your next concrete project. Specializing in decorative concrete products, precast concrete products, gravel and stone delivery, Dubruk has what you need to complete your residential or commercial project. With locations in Clarion, DuBois, St. Mary's, Butler, and Evans City, Dubruk is ready to offer their professional help as your ready-mix supplier. Call 1-844-DUBRUK today.
With so much to protect each day, Eric Schick Insurance and Financial Services is here to help you find the right coverage that fits your life. Call 814-275-2210 to learn more.
Locally owned and operated, Hager Paving of Strattonville provides a range of services: hot mix asphalt, cold patch asphalt, tar and chipping, and seal coating. Hager Paving's reputation in business is based on customer service, referrals, and your satisfaction. Serving residential, commercial, industrial, and local municipalities throughout Western Pennsylvania, exceptional service, exceptional quality. That's Hager Paving of Strattonville. Call 814-764-5080. That's 814-764-5080 for Hager Paving.
Back at Troy Allen Stadium, located at the high school at Slippery Rock. Dave Cadis along with Kenny Nellis here for Friday Night Lights. The Clarion area Wildcats, the Central Clarion area Wildcats. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get it all night long. Against Slippery Rock Rockets here down in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. And we took a really good look at the Clarion team, Kenny. And let's start off by taking a look, a little bit of a look at Slippery Rock. We had 7 hours to put this together today. For many of you who are tuning in, expecting to hear the Clarion-Punxsutawney game, we said that a little bit earlier in the pregame show, that Punxsutawney came down with some cases of COVID and weren't able to play the game early this morning. They contacted Clarion, and Clarion was able to contact Slippery Rock, and both school districts basically got together and decide, hey, let's play a game on Friday night. These kids have worked too hard, and let's see if we can get something going. So that's how we ended up down here at Slippery Rock tonight. So one of the things about Slippery Rock that you just see, that I've seen in pregame, they got a lot of kids out on their team.
Yeah, they got 50 men on the roster. Size-wise, they don't look gigantic. They're probably a little bit bigger than Clarion, but I think it's going to be an evenly matched size-wise battle on the field.
Well, head coach for Slippery Rock is Larry Wendelroos, and he's been here for a while, and he's got his team in the playoffs last year. Basically, they lost to Hickory in the playoffs, and they gave up 51 points to Hickory in the playoffs. And reading a little background, on the Rockets, basically, is that's one of the things he wanted to turn around. It's always nice to score a lot of points, but, boy, when you give up a lot of points, you don't want to win games 52-50 and 49-47, because that takes it takes a toll on your team and your players all the way across the board. So reading some of the preseason statistics about him and some of the comments that he's made, is he really wants to shore up that defense. He wants to shut some teams down and not so you're not able to run the football against him. That's one of the biggest things, and that's Clarion's forte. So I think he's got a pretty good indication as far as what he wants to do tonight, and it'll be interesting to see what they try to do on the first series defensively. If they stuff that middle and try to stop that Clarion run, I'm sure he realizes also that he's got a freshman quarterback there under center for Clarion, and he's going to try to make as much havoc for him as he can possibly do.
Yeah, I think defensively, Slippery Rock will, again, try to come out and stifle Clarion initially. Again, with, like you said, Dave, with a young quarterback, I don't think Clarion's going to come out too complicated. Probably maybe a little basic, and you can, when you come out of there a little bit basic, you can, you could stack the box or play that run a little bit more. It's going to make it difficult on Clarion maybe initially. So I think the time will tell as we get later in the game, more of the flow of the game, how both teams kind of adjust and shake things out and work on different things offensively and defensively.
Well, the Rockets came out last year and finished up with a 2-6 record. They still have the opportunity to make the playoffs because it's a COVID-shortened season with everything. But Slippery Rock returns 9 offensive starters. 9 offensive starters, okay? That's a lot. So you got a lot of experience coming back for the Rockets and 60 defensive starters from the 2020 season. So, according to Coach, he said in his comments that we have guys that are pushing the returning guys, and we have some young kids that are coming up and doing a really nice job. So both of his team, he's got a lot of young guys pushing. So that means they have a lot of depth, and they're going to be able to change kids in and out an awful lot. We talked on our way down a little bit about their quarterback. Tell us a little bit about him.
Zip Merkel. Again, he's been a kind of a regular here at the Slippery Rock. Junior quarterback. He returns as a second-year starter. He threw for over 1,100 yards last year and 6 touchdowns in just only 8 games. So, with a shortened season, he got a lot of reps in and completed 53% of his passes. So, he did a nice job. Again, I think you look at both sides of the ball. He's probably going to be the leader offensively for the Rockets.
Yeah, I saw him in pregame, and he's got a nice touch on the ball. And one of his main people that he throws the football to is a young man by the name of John Sabo. And John Sabo led Slippery Rock last year with 25 catches and earned all region honors. And he's one of the things after you coach receivers like I did at Clarion County, he looks like a receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just running from the 20-yard line into the end zone on a few patterns down there and everything. But he has just got the stride. He's got the hands. He's got great size. And he is going to be a definite target out there. For Zip, the quarterback. We'll be calling Zip all night long, brother.
Well, Zip, being a 10th grader and Sabo being a 10th grader last year, both of them had outstanding years. And kind of maybe mimic a little bit of what Clarion did with Cal German and the
Ethan Burford.
Ethan Burford, they both, were the tandem for 3 years, and maybe this might be the same formula that Slippery Rock's looking at with both of those young men.
Well, they run the ball an awful lot too. They have 2 senior running backs, Ryan Montgomery and Shane Thompson. They both caught 20 and 18 passes last year, but they run the ball an awful lot. Thompson led the Rockets last year with 301 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. Both running backs both earned all-region recognition last year. So they got some things out there. They got some experience, and they know how to run the football. And it's well-balanced. When you have a quarterback and throw the ball like he can, that's a big thing. So there's a lot to look forward to as far as Slippery Rock is concerned. And one thing, like I said, they only averaged 2.4 yards per carry last year, and that's what Coach Wendell Roos wants to really improve on that aspect of the game. So be interesting to see. We read all these statistics and we go through all this, but it's like I really want to see what they write things down. Is it really going to happen on the football field tonight? And in first games, this is a big thing. The first game to the second game, this is the opportunity to you make your best, your greatest improvements between your first game and second game. So these coaches are going to be bunkered up and they're going to be watching a lot of film and doing a lot of things tomorrow morning, I guarantee it.
Well, these two teams, normally when you're starting off a new season, you're playing somebody that you played traditionally, or as I'm gonna say a conference rival. Whereas these two teams, they don't know each other. So coaching wise, they didn't prepare for playing Slippery Rock. They prepared for playing Punxsutawney, and vice versa. The same thing goes for Slippery Rock. So I think again, it's going to be it could be a high scoring game. Just because of the things you just didn't prepare for. You don't know some of the things on different teams, and there's a lot of unknown right now. But one good thing I'd like to make comment here, Dave. Right now, just looking out, both teams are out in the field standing together around this gigantic American flag, integrated with every player from both teams, and it's something really nice to see. So I just wanted to come on that.
Yeah, it is. They're doing a really good job tonight here for Veterans Night, and that's a nice touch out on the field between the Wildcats and the Rockets on the field, and our producer, Sean, getting a pretty good look at that right now with everything. So, it's been a long time since I've seen football players out there with the flag out there, especially at the high school level. I don't know where they got that flag, but good for them. They got it off a big Ford dealership someplace. So, always see those big flags everywhere that you have. So they have that there. So it's going to be a pretty good evening as far as, a lot of veterans in the stands, good football game. Being able to start everything off tonight is going to be really good. So that was Kenny Nellis's Keys to the Game. We just completed Clarion and Slippery Rock, and that's brought to you by Kale's Kitchen. So head up to Kale's Kitchen and take a look around up there tonight. So, Coach Nellis, a little bit of a field conditions report. What do they have down there and everything?
Hot.
Hot. We're going to do weather here in a second, but field conditions.
Field conditions. The field itself is beautiful. A turf field, beautiful stadium, a nice track around the field. Got a just a beautiful view of Western Pennsylvania. We're not far off the campus of Slippery Rock University, and it's just a great environment for tonight's game. I can't really peek out there and see. It looks like there's a good number of fans here tonight. I think everybody's anxious to get back and watch some high school football.
Absolutely.
So it's and it looks like we got a decent crowd that traveled down from Clarion. It's only an hour ride, so
wasn't too bad.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's the field conditions. That's brought to you by Cousin Basil up in Cooks Forest. Go up and see Cousin Basil up there and get yourself a good meal up in Cousin Basil. Now we got to do the weather, and the weather is brought to you by J&J Feeds and Needs and Trailer Sales. So if I look over at you here and ask you what the weather is like tonight, what's the weather?
It's warm. It's balmy here, about 85 degrees. Pretty humid. Maybe the field temperature might be closer to 90. So the sun is kind of going down a little bit. Might help the players out, but it's real warm out here tonight.
Yeah, I think everybody wanted that sun to go down was one of the biggest things. There was a chance of some showers, and we got a little bit of a shower on the way back over Emlenton heading down here tonight. But right now it looks like the weather's really good for Friday Night Lights, and it's always nice broadcasting a football game from a press box. You don't have to worry about being up top and getting soaking wet and getting electrocuted by the equipment. We always say that all the time. So the weather is brought to you by J&J Feeds and Needs and Trailer Sales. So why don't we take a quick time out right now and be back, and I think we may be able to get the national anthem in here while we're on break, and we'll basically go from there. We'll be back with more we'll be back with more D9 football on exploreClarion.com and the Carly Tile pregame show right after this.
J&J Trailers and Equipment Sales on Route 66 in Shippensville is your one-stop trailer shop for all things trailers. J&J stocks over 70 trailers at a time of all shapes and sizes, including enclosed cargoes, equipment haulers, utility trailers, tilt trailers, and dump trailers. Reputable brands include CarMate, Sport Haven, PJ, Liberty, and Wells Cargo. If you are looking for the most dependable trailers on the market, backed by the industry's best warranty, choose J&J Trailers and Equipment Sales. Trailers that work for a living.
You can afford a gorgeous, custom-designed hardwood Kale's Kitchen for a lot less than you'd pay at a DIY store. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. At Kale's, there are never middleman markups or hidden charges that can add 40%. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. That's FactoryDirectKitchens.net.
J&J Trailers and Equipment Sales on Route 66 in Shippensville is your one-stop trailer shop for all things trailers. J&J stocks over 70 trailers at a time of all shapes and sizes, including enclosed cargoes, equipment haulers, utility trailers, tilt trailers, and dump trailers. Reputable brands include CarMate, Sport Haven, PJ, Liberty, and Wells Cargo. If you are looking for the most dependable trailers on the market, backed by the industry's best warranty, choose J&J Trailers and Equipment Sales. Trailers that work for a living.
This is Corey. He made two big mistakes. His first mistake was not going to Laurel Eye Clinic to have bladeless LASIK. His second mistake was trying to pet what he thought was his cat without wearing his glasses. Don't be like Corey. Call Laurel Eye Clinic.
No matter how cold it is outside, you can keep warm and toasty inside with a built-in-the-USA super efficient furnace from Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Affordable, quiet, and reliable. You can count on your furnace from Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Red Bank Chevrolet, the area's #1 Chevrolet dealer and Clarion County's truck headquarters. So if you're in the market for a new or used Chevrolet car, truck, or SUV, go to Red Bank Chevrolet, 500 Broad Street in New Bethlehem, or online redbankchevrolet.com. Skilled staff at Red Bank Chevrolet is ready to meet all of your automotive needs. If we don't see you today, we'll see you at Red Bank Chevrolet.
Enjoy fabulous fine dining in a casual, elegant atmosphere at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg. Take in the breathtaking view through the windowed walls or dine on the patio overlooking the always changing Allegheny River.
Hey Julie, nice deck! Did you get that at Tio Nesta Builder Supply?
It's Tia Nesta Builder Supply, and yes, Dave, I did.
Wonder if they sell siding and roofing at Tio Nesta Builder Supply.
It's Tia Nesta, and yes, Tia Nesta Builder Supply has that too. Come on, Dave. You've never been there? They have 2 showrooms for anything home improvement. Mom got a custom kitchen there. Bill down the street got the materials for his garage. They have this awesome website, www.tianestabuilders.us. You can buy online. They really have everything for the home.
Wow! I'm heading over to Tio Nesta. I know. Tia Nesta Builders.
Tia Nesta Builder Supply Home Improvement Center, family owned and operated since 1958, with locations in Tia Nesta and Shippenville.
That sounds good. I'll check them out online at tianestabuilders.us.
Back at Troy Allen Stadium at the high school at Slippery Rock High School. This is Dave Cadis along with Kenny Nellis tonight, broadcasting from Slippery Rock, basically. Great rendition of the national anthem by the Slippery Rock Rocket Marching Band. And I tell you what, it's funny, Coach Nellis, I'm just sitting here listening to the national anthem and stuff, and it's got a chill up my back. It's been a long time since we heard the national anthem at a football game, let me tell you. And what a wonderful thing to have those young men and women out there in the band performing for their parents and the veterans who are with us tonight. Big Veterans Night here down at Slippery Rocks at Troy Allen Stadium in Slippery Rock. Big flag out there, nice camaraderie between the two teams out there holding the flag. And now they're going to go play some football, I think.
At the moment, the anxiety and the little bit of the willies in the stomach, probably standing out there on the field for that. That all will go away as they step out in the field, and first the kickoff comes, and they'll be ready to go. So
that's it. Well, the segment's rolling out the red carpet, and we want to thank both school districts, Slippery Rock Rocket School District and Central Clarion School District, for providing us all the information that we need to broadcast tonight's game. And once again, we said it earlier in the pregame, Kenny, about what a great job by both administrations trying to get this game set up and get us going.
Yeah, I mean, again, hats off to everybody involved, and there are a lot of moving parts, and Clarion was supposed to have a home game, so they had to hustle and get transportation. I know that's always not as easy as sometimes it sounds. I expect or suspected that Slippery Rock was scheduled for a home game, so they didn't have much changes, but a little more moving parts for Clarion, Central Clarion.
Yeah, and credit goes out to Nancy Mills and the athletic director at Clarion for keeping us up to date on what was happening through a very tumultuous time this morning between 9 o'clock and 12 noon. So we were able to pull everything off and get you down here for Explore Clarion. The other big game going on tonight is going to be Keystone and Red Bank. And Bob Dunkel and Mike Kalinowski have that game for you also on Explore Clarion. So you can tune into that one a little bit. We'd rather have them stick with us, basically. Don't go to watch the Governor.
Oh, that's the B team.
In the Big Mike, I know. And how do they get off, driving like 10 miles to go to Knox, and we got to go all the way down here. I guess we're rookies, and they say, hey, go where they send you. So Slippery Rock's on the field. And here come the Central Clarion Wildcats onto the field. Okay, just minutes away from the opening kickoff. Thank you for tuning in tonight on Explore Clarion. Tonight's game being brought to you by Carly Tire. The pregame show brought to you by Carly Tire. So go out and see Dan at Carly Tire and get some new tires. Winter's coming soon. Hate to say that, but that's what it is.
It looks like, I'm not sure, we missed the ceremonial coin toss, but they're going to go back out to the field now, and we'll find out who's kicking and who's receiving the ball here to start the game, Dave. So,
yeah, we've got a couple captains for Clarion. Christian Simcoe, a big receiver tight end. We're going to see where he basically lines up, one of the captains for the Wildcats. Luca Cherico is also another captain for Clarion. He'll be walking out on the field. Along with Colton Bradley. He's another one of the Clarion captains.
And Noah Nasser, number 21.
Yeah, Noah Nasser, number 21. One of the captains for the Wildcats. Captains for Slippery Rock, Shane Thompson, number 19. Number 25, Ryan Montgomery, one of the really good running backs. Along with Jacob Humes, one of the offensive linemen. And what we got there? 62 also. Tony Pelosi. 5'9", 200-pound offensive lineman, man. He's going to be bringing it tonight.
Yep.
Tony. We'll see. So, let's see. Slippery Rock has won the toss, and they will receive. Clarion will kick left to right.
And I think this is, maybe a Clarion starting off on defense with a young quarterback. Hopefully the defense can go out and set the tone for Central Clarion, and the Wildcats can make things a little bit easier on them if they go down and make a nice stop, 3 and out, give opportunity for good field position, that young quarterback to do his thing first time they do get a chance to get the ball. So this opening sequence for Central Clarion, will be important to see how they react and go about it.
Well, it looks like Clarion is going to keep the Larry Weiser tradition intact. The referees always want to go over and get them, and they're going to say their opening prayer out there and go Bobcats, go Wildcats, go Wildcats, go Wildcats thing. Yes, sir. Here we go. So little ode to Coach Weiser, who's enjoying retirement from the game football. Got to be tough for him, all those years and all that success that he's had. And Friday night, I don't know where he's at, but hopefully he's watching us, Coach Nellis, or down in the bleachers here.
Yeah, that would be tough for him to walk away. And again, he went out, with great teams, and the last several years has been a pleasure watching Coach Weiser and the kids play some quality football.
Well, it looks like number 23, Sam Schwartz, is back deep for the Rockets, along with number 26, Sal Minio, for the Rockets. And just about a minute away from the start of the 2021 high school football season. Glad to have you with us. Ken Nellis and Dave Cadis from Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. Charlie Franchino sets the ball. It's a little bit of a squig kick. It's picked up by one of the up men at the 30-yard line. The Wildcats are in on the tackle, and a penalty flag comes out to start this season.
And I think, Dave, I might have saw just maybe an inadvertent face mask. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it might have been what the call may be.
So Slippery Rock should have some real good field position. Coach Nellis, when I do the game manager stuff down at the stadium for the high school games, I always walk around the referees and says, let me have those flags. I'll give them back to you at halftime, okay? It's like, don't start doing it. So, yeah, personal foul face mask called on the Wildcats. And that's going to set up the Rockets at the 47-yard line. So here come the Slippery Rock Rockets. Out on the field. Looks like a little change at quarterback, I think. High snap goes over 15. Feeling Mokel's hair. Yeah, I'm trying to think. They lined up in a Wildcat formation, and the snap back to William Mokel goes over his head, and the Bobcats close in and make the tackle.
Tackle by Noah Nasser. That looks like it's going to be a loss of, that's going to be a big loss.
Yeah, big loss. Loss of about 12 yards on that play. That'll bring up a second down and 10 from the 34-yard line. Okay, I was just kind of missing Mokel back there. Here's Mokel back to pass. He flares it out. Number 25, Ryan Montgomery. Montgomery up over the 37-yard line, out to the 40-yard line. So good pursuit by the Golden Eagles on that play.
First one in on the tackle for Central Clarion was Tommy Smith.
Yeah,
Tommy's a 10th grader.
Yep. Slippery Rock signaling their plays in to Mokel, the junior. 6'1", 180-pound quarterback. So third down and 17 from the 40-yard line. Here's Mokel back to pass. He's looking downfield, and the ball is going to be dropped. It was broken up at about the 42-yard line. He was looking downfield for John Sabo, but good defensive play by the Bobcats that time.
Now Wildcats. That was Christian Simcoe stepped in there and broke up that pass nicely.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do I'll have to write Wildcats on the window here and everything. Jeez, man,
a lot of years.
Yeah. So fourth down and 17. Slippery Rock's gonna punt the football away back deep for the Wildcats. Trying to get a number back there for you.
Could be Nasser.
Yeah, could be Nasser back there deep. We'll see. Okay, get the football off. It's going to hit about the 30-yard line. It'll take a Slippery Rock or a Clarion bounce out to about the 37-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats will basically start from there. So, good defensive series by the Wildcats that time. Slippery Rock really couldn't get anything going. I think all the jitters are out, and here comes Clarion and Jace Ferguson. Number 1, 5'11", 165-pound freshman, out for the Wildcats. He's going to start off at his 42-yard line. Here's Ferguson. He hands the ball off to Brecken Rex, and Brecken Rex over the 50-yard line. He's out close to a pretty good first down right off the bat.
Nice run by Brecken. Turned the corner. Had a guy in the backfield on his jersey. He broke that tackle and gained 9 yards. Initial carry.
Stopped by number 28, Alan Maddox, was out there for the Rockets. So good start for the Wildcats. Second down and about 2, let's call it. Here's Ferguson. He hands the ball off to number 21, and that's Noah Nasser, and he'll pick up the first down, and he'll get the ball all the way down into Slippery Rock territory at about the 39-yard line. So good running and good blocking by the Wildcats up front.
Offensive line's doing their job on that play. A little bit of a little misdirection and right up the gut. Significant gain. That was a nice play.
Well, they got a lot of push on the offensive line that time. So good little drive that the Wildcats have going here. It's 1st and 10. They'll mark it at the 39-yard line. Here's Ferguson in the backfield. He'll hand the ball off to Ryan Hummel, and Hummel with a big gain. He might have lost the football, and the side judge is going to rule him down. So good running by Ryan Hummel that time, out to close to another first down. So they got some momentum running the football here. They're doing things right up front, and Slippery Rock defensive line got guys on their hips already.
And they're getting three different runners were taking care of the ball there. So they're spreading the ball around to different players on Central Clarion's offense.
Here's Ferguson. He's back to pass. He's looking downfield. He's looking for number 5, and Christian Simcoe, and the ball falls incomplete. Oh, he had Simcoe right at the 3-yard line, and he was unable to pull it in.
A very nice pass. The pass was there. Defender was there, had a hand up, made the catch a little more complicated for Simcoe. But for his first pass for Jace Ferguson, that was a nice job.
Yeah, pretty good. He can throw the football. You can tell right off the bat with everything. So that'll bring up a third down. They'll say 3rd and 2. Here's Ferguson. Hands it off to the up man. And he's going to be out close to a first down. That's Noah Nasser out to close to a first down. The side judge sets the ball, and the referee, the white hat, signals first down for the Bobcats. So they move the chains.
Again, just a nice sequence, all positive plays, all gaining positive yardage. So it's Clarion's doing all the right things early on.
Yeah, pretty impressed with Jace Ferguson. Remember, 9th grader out there, first time. Here's a handoff. He's looking for number 20. That's Brecken Rex around the right side, and Slippery Rock doesn't want any part of that. Brought down by number 24, Brett Glasick, on that right side. So they sniffed that one out pretty good, and Rex is going to lose about a yard on the play. So it'll bring up about a 2nd down and 11 here in the first quarter. No score, 7:53 remaining in the first quarter. Dave Cadis along with Kenny Nellis and producer Sean here in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania, bringing some Friday night lights to you. First game of the season for everyone. 2nd down and 11, about the 30-yard line, and looks like Slippery Rock's going to jump off sides.
Clarion will take that easy 5 yards and put them in back to plus side of the ball here for second and 6.
Number 58, Dylan Twentier, coming off the line. And flags thrown. Coach Wendell Roos, Larry Wendell Roos, that is, not happy with his defensive end that time. Jumping offside, so they got it marked as a 2nd and about 6 at the 25-yard line. Here's Ferguson. He hands the ball off. And good running down the field by number 20, Brecken Rex. We talked about him a little bit in pregame, Kenny, and boy, he can really bring it also.
Yeah, he that wasn't a clear hole. He had to pick his way through that a little bit, a little develop, and he did a really nice job of getting the first down.
A senior, 5'10", 152 pounds. Pounds it up there. Got a little bit of action last year for the Wildcats and everything. They will pick up another first down. Here we are, 1st and 10. Here's Ferguson. He hands the ball off to number 11, Ryan Hummel, and Hummel gets loose for about 8 on the right side. Good running by Ryan Hummel off that left side, and great job of blocking by that offensive line.
Again, I think that's, looking at that last play is one of Clarion's been one of their bread and butters for years, and it's still working its magic here today.
Yeah, it's all that wing T concept, misdirection, and everything. Nobody knows basically who the ball is going to, and that's got to be a tough thing for the Rockets. It's tough practice against the wing T team. Let me tell you, you got your backup guys trying to run a wing T, and sometimes they usually don't do a really good job. Here's a 2nd and 3 at about the 10-yard line. Handoff up front. I think that's Nasser again, and he hits a brick wall right at the 10-yard line.
Either for no gain or a very short gain.
That's a lot of beef on the defensive line of Slippery Rock, too. It looked like number 54 got in on the tackle there for Slippery Rock, Trent Duncan that time. And now, big decision to be made here. They mark it at 3rd down and 2. Ball looks like it's right at the 9-yard line. Let's see what Coach Ferguson decides to do. It's going to be a keep, basically, to Jace Ferguson, and Jace Ferguson stumbles into the end zone. Are they going to give it to him? Or did he fumble the football?
The football was down. I thought he was on the ground when he lost the ball. They looked like they would be calling a touchback.
See. They're going to be calling a touchback. Oh, bad break for the Wildcats right there. Jace Ferguson stumbles into the end zone for a touchdown, and Coach Ferguson on the sideline wants the touchdown.
It was recovered in the end zone. That's a touchback.
Tough to see from here, Dave. Whether the ball was moving and loose before he went to the ground. It was a nice play by Jace. It was close.
Coach Ferguson wants an explanation on the sidelines because he thought Ferguson may have crossed the goal line. And Slippery Rock will take possession, and they'll come back and start out. We're going to mark it at the 20-yard line. And, boy, what a bad break for the Bobcats right there. Great drive, moving the football all the way down the field on the first drive of the game. And fumbles the football. Chase Ferguson fumbles the ball into the end zone, and Slippery Rock recovers it, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well,
first quarter being brought to you tonight by Clarion VNA. We have 5 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Both teams have touched the football. Now it's Slippery Rock's turn once again. Here's a handoff to number 19. That is Shane Thompson, and Thompson doesn't have anywhere to go.
Great pursuit by the team, and the tackle by number 21, Noah Nasser.
Yeah, Noah Nasser doing it on the offensive side of the ball and also on the defensive side of the ball. So you got a little bit of a stunned crowd here at Slippery Rock. I didn't know what they expected out of Clarion, but the Wildcats doing a pretty good job right now. Flag on the play. We'll see what the explanation is.
Probably some motion before the snap on Slippery Rock. Well, it looks like they're Clarion must have been in a neutral zone.
Yeah, they're going to move the ball up 5 yards. That's like these days, I think I can see exactly what's going on. And then I say, it's got to be, offside. It's got to be. And then it's something completely different. So I don't know if that's old age or if that's just not paying attention to the game or anything else like that. So they'll mark it 2nd down and 6 at the 24-yard line for the Slippery Rock Rockets. Mokel back to pass, rolling right, looking downfield for his receiver. He was trying to get it to Brendan Earl out of his hands. A little bit too far. Ball falls incomplete, and that'll bring up about a 3rd down and 6 for the Slippery Rock Rockets.
And Zip McCorkle, he had plenty of heat on that ball, so relatively short pass out to the flat had some heat on it, and the receiver wasn't able to reel it in.
Yeah, we're just going to stay and call him Zip Mokel. That's where we're going to stay with Zip Mokel, the quarterback. Okay, because William. Or would you rather be called William or Zip?
I think Zip.
I think we're going to go with Zip. He probably would like Zip. So 3rd down and about 5. Here comes a little bit of pressure by the Wildcats. Here's Mokel. He's rolling right. He's looking for somewhere to go. He throws it downfield, and the ball is tipped and almost intercepted down there by Tommy Smith, but the ball falls incomplete. But there's a penalty flag on the play.
And that's going to be a holding on the offensive lineman for Slippery Rock. It was either tackle, I think it was number 67 for Chaos Baker, or tackle him or let your quarterback get sacked. So he chose to tackle Chaos.
Well, the Bobcats declined the penalty, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 6 at the 24-yard line. So the Rockets are going to come on to punt the football once again.
Defensively, Central Clarion has really shown themselves very nicely. Really, the only yardage that was picked up that last drive by Slippery Rock was the 5-yard penalty. So
Ryan Hummel on for Central Clarion to return this punt. And Slippery Rock's got these crazy numbers, man. It's tough. They're tough to see. Let's see who's back there trying to punt the ball. We got to get him taken care of. High snap. Number 26, Sal Minio gets it off. Hummel back, it hits his fingertips, and it goes off of him. And it's picked up by the Central Clarion Wildcats. So
nice. recovered by number 64. Colton Bradley recovered that fumbled punt.
Oh, that could have been a disaster right there. Hummel had 4 rockets breathing right down his throat in front of him, and he sort of just reached out to grab that football, and lucky to get it back. So, no damage done for the Wildcats. 4:14 remaining in this first quarter. It's first quarter being brought to you by the Clarion VNA this evening. Glad to have you with us, Ken Nellis and Dave Kadis, down here at Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania, for week 1 of high school football. So, Wildcats moving the ball pretty good this evening so far in their first drive. And let's see if they can pick up where they left off. So Ferguson sends Simcoe to the other side of the formation. Hand off to number 22. That's Ashton Rex. And Rex trying to get outside, and he's brought down at about the 48-yard line. Like number 22, Allison Lucas on the tackle for Slippery Rock over there. And that'll bring up about a second down, and he lost about second down and 11, Coach Nellis.
He did a nice job getting back and only losing 1 yard. The Slippery Rock defense had some good penetration that time and really forced him a little deeper probably than he wanted to go, and got to the corner. He was met by a bevy of rockets.
A bevy?
A bevy.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of rockets.
It's a lot of rockets. Second down and 11. Here's Ferguson looking for somewhere to go. He hands the ball off to number 21, Noah Nasser. Nothing there that time. Slippery Rock's made a few adjustments up front and can see it coming now. So stopped by number 58 down there, Dylan Twentier that time. So third down. And about 3rd and 12. Scoreboard guy isn't staying up with everybody. I'm going to have to go over there and have a chat with him.
That's his first game back too.
That's
so
true.
We'll give him some grace.
Give him a little bit of slack. So 3rd down 11 at the 48-yard line. Here's Ferguson back in the shotgun. Takes a deep drop, looking for somewhere to go. Tries to throw it to Simcoe. Nobody home that time. Ball falls incomplete. And the Bobcats will have to punt the football away for the first time this evening.
Just a little miscommunication there. I think Simcoe defenders were probably reading that pretty nicely, or kind of in his face, and really just blew up that inside flanker screen.
Yep. So let's see. I think Brecken Rex is back for the Wildcats. He's going to kick this ball away. Cole Wren's the long snapper. Good snap that time. Here's some pressure, and Rex gets the ball away. It takes a Slippery Rock bounce, and it will be down to about the 25, 20, probably 26, 27-yard line. That's where the Slippery Rock Rockets will basically take over from there.
Well, so far, we're seeing a nice, evenly matched game. Central Clarion, that first drive really dominated, but that last series, Slippery Rock defense did answer, stopping the run quite nicely. So it's, again, everybody kind of feeling themselves out and then getting an idea for an unknown opponent. Really, they didn't prepare for what they're going to be doing. So
Slippery Rock will take over. Zip Mokel starts at about the 27-yard line. He's going to hand the football off to number 19, and that is Shane Thompson. And Thompson will pick up a few yards. He's out close to a first down at about the 40-yard line. Brought down by number 20, Brecken Rex. Again, down there. He's having himself a heck of a night tonight. 2 minutes and 28 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Glad to have you with us tonight. Dave Kadis and Ken Nellis from Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. Here's Mokel. He's going to hand the ball off again to number 19. That's Shane Thompson. Thompson over the right side. He gets up over the 45 to the 47-yard line. He's still on his feet. Out near the 49-yard line. Good running by Shane Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson took that one up the middle, broke it out to the right, and looked like he was headed for out of bounds, but he slipped the tackle right on the boundary and then picked up another 3 yards.
Yeah, Shane Thompson doing a pretty good job last year. Ran for the Rockets for 301 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns for the Rockets last year. First down and 10. Another handoff inside. That time's Ryan Montgomery's trying that right side. And he stopped about the 48-yard line. Looked like Chaos Baker in there. So Slippery Rock now going to the run and doing a little damage at this point. Second down and 6. Here's Mokel trying to get it out to his receiver. The ball falls just past a little bit too much out there, looking for Shane Thompson out of the backfield and just overthrown just a bit.
One thing I noticed, Dave, with Slippery Rock offense, they're sticking to the plays in, and they get up to the line, and they get snap the ball pretty quick. So if that pace, Clarion's going to need to keep that pace defensively without getting fatigued.
Here's a handoff from Mokel. He puts the ball out to number 25, Ryan Montgomery. And Montgomery brought down in the backfield. Big play by that Clarion defense.
Cole Wren, number 66, I believe, broke through there. No, I'm sorry, that was 56. Caleb Keel.
Caleb
Keel, nice tackle for loss.
And that'll bring up a fourth down. Just not there that time for Slippery Rock. John Sabo, the big wide receiver, comes off the field. He's not happy for Slippery Rock, number 2. The other big thing, Ken, is they go and they're trying to run this game as up-tempo. One of the biggest things you look around at a high school stadium, you don't see 25, 35-second clock anywhere.
I was looking for that earlier, and I didn't see that anywhere. So
they're trying to gauge it, and they're doing a pretty good job staying up with it. So Sal Mineo back to kick the ball away. Another high step. Mineo's got the football. He'll put it in the air. End over end kick is going to land about the 34-yard line, and it'll be down close to the 31-yard line. So that's where the Central Area Wildcats will take over. No score here at Slippery Rock. 0-0, 25 seconds remaining in the first quarter. First quarter being brought to you by Clarion VNA this evening. I want to thank the Clarion VNA and Lisa Steiner, the director there, for helping us bring the broadcast to you this evening. Bobcats will play Montauk next week. Montauk tonight taking on, where's Montauk? Montauk's playing Kane tonight, so that'll be an interesting game. So here we go, first down and 10, 30-yard line. Here's Ferguson. Ferguson looking for somewhere to go. He hands the ball off to number 11. That's Ryan Humble trying to get something broken in the center of the line. And really no gain that time.
Again, some of those Slippery Rock's making some adjustments. That's going to end the first quarter here, Dave. So,
yeah, we got no score here. Good one down at Slippery Rock. We thought it'd be a high-scoring game, but there's zeros on the clock right now. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with more action in a minute. You're listening to D9 Football on exploreClarion.com, brought to you by Carly Tire.
Located in Parker, Emlenton, and Clarion, UFP Parker LLC is currently hiring for several skill levels, including general labor, assembler, and forklift operators. For more information, visit ufpi.com/careers.
Zockrell Motor Truck Sales in Clarion is an International Diamond Ed certified service department. As one of only 276 such shops in all of North America, you can be sure that when your medium or heavy-duty truck needs service, the job will be done correctly at Zockrell Motors. Our work is guaranteed nationwide at any international truck dealer, and our parts and service prices can't be beaten. Our technicians are factory trained and factory certified. Don't trust a shop that just thinks that they can make repairs. Come to Zockrell Motors Diamond Ed Certified Service Department. If it's maintenance you need, click ZockrellMotors.com or call us for a quote on those jobs too. Our prices are great. Best of all, you know the repair is done right and it's guaranteed. Get your truck service work done at Zockrell Motor Truck Sales, 2 miles north of exit 64 Interstate 80 in Clarion.
Back at Troy Allen Stadium at Slippery Rock High School, Dave Cadis along with Ken Nellis and Sean, our producer. Thank God we have Sean. First time out here for both of us this year. Sean's keeping us in line with everything. So first quarter, Coach Nellis, thoughts?
Well, I thought Central Clarion started off really well, moving the ball. The run, Slippery Rock made some adjustments on defense, stuffed the run the last 2 series. So I guess a little bit of a chess match here. We'll see what we do next.
Yeah, it's an interesting quarter of football, especially when you play your first game against somebody that they tell you you're going to play a new team in like 8 hours. You don't know what to expect, so both teams doing a pretty good job so far this evening. Getting a little dark here at Slippery Rock on the far side. Hopefully we're not threatened with some rain. So Chase Ferguson, check that. That's going to be Ryan Hummel in a quarterback in a different thing. He throws the ball downfield, and he's trying to get that ball to Christian Simcoe, and the ball falls incomplete. Good defensive play back there by the Rockets. Number 23, Sam Schwartz back there as the defensive back broke up the play, but Coach Ferguson trying to do a little bit different. He get an opportunity to put Ryan Hummel in there at quarterback, see if he can make something happen.
And again, he did a nice job of shaking the first tackler in the backfield to get some space to get that throw off. So it looks like we're going back to Jace Ferguson as quarterback.
It's usually like that. When I coach football and everything else, head coach Soboleski would say, okay, that's enough of that. Let's go back to regular stuff. So Jace Ferguson in the backfield. He rolls left, looking downfield. He dumps the ball off to number 8, and that's Tommy Smith. Tommy Smith looking for somewhere to go and can't go anywhere. Pick up a few yards down to about the 35-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down. And it looks like the Wildcats will have to punt the football away. So try to do a little bit different, put Hummel in there, try to break something loose. And they've been trying to get that football into Simcoe all evening, and they haven't been successful so far.
Yeah, that last play went out to Tommy Smith in the flat. He had a little bit of room, and didn't get going north and south quite quick enough, and then the 4 defenders were on him pretty quick. So good pursuit by Slippery Rock Rockets.
Minio back deep. Ryan Montgomery, back deep. And Ashton Rex punts the ball. It's a little bit of a skitter all the way down to about the 30-yard line, and that's where the Rockets are going to take over right there.
He rolled out to the right, a little rugby-style kick away from the returner, and it worked out nicely.
Yeah, try to keep him honest, get it on that turf. Beautiful turf down here at Slippery Rock Stadium. It's funny because you got the entire Slippery Rock University Stadium probably within a quarter mile away from here, and we got turf down here and turf up there with everything. So some pretty nice stadiums down here for the Slippery Rock faithful, without a doubt. Second quarter being brought to you by Hager Paving. Tonight, Donnie Hager and his crew. So Slippery Rock will take over at the 31-yard line. Zip Mockel back for the Rockets. Quick pass out. No, he's going to go down. He's going to look for Sabo. And he's got him at the 38-yard line. John Sabo with the catch at the 38-yard line. He better watch it. He might get a flag on that, too, for celebrating. But Sabo with the big catch. What a good throw by Mockel on that play.
Yeah, nice pass. Simcoe was in coverage, had a step on Simcoe, and a perfect pass.
Well, I can tell you, between the first and second quarter, Muckle and Sabo had a little chat on the sidelines. And I don't know if that resulted in that pass, but pretty nice pass by Muckle. So first down and 10 at the 27-yard line. Here's another pass to Sabo, and Sabo goes in. Muckle to Sabo, 24 yards. 24-yard touchdown pass at the 11-17 mark. Mokel to Sabo. And just like that, the Rockets get on the board. 24-yard touchdown pass, Mokel to Sabo. And boy, what a nice pass by Mokel. We know he had it in him. And he hit Sabo right in stride. And into the end zone they go. So on for the extra point is going to be number 3, Nick Kagurski. Slippery Rock had a One of the offensive linemen coming a little late. The snap is high. Good job to set it down, and Kingerski's kick goes up through the uprights for the extra point. So, with 11:17 remaining in the second quarter, Slippery Rock gets on the board first tonight. We'll take a short time out. You're listening to D9 Football on Explore Clarion, brought to you by Kerle Tire.
One of the biggest risks to your future could be running out of money during a longer than expected retirement. Many people have not yet taken the time to determine if they will have enough assets to last throughout retirement. Our Retirement Income Evaluator can help you develop a roadmap and actionable recommendations. To learn more, stop by our office located at 162 South 2nd Avenue in Clarion. Give us a call at 2223-9990 or visit JannyClarion.com. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Back at Troy Allen Stadium, Dave Cadis, along with Ken Nellis and Slippery Rock. Breaks out and gets on the board first. 7-0 Slippery Rock Rockets. Pretty good pass by Zip Mokel to John Sabo. Extra point is good by Kingerski, and the Rockets take it early, 7-0 lead.
I think the Rockets must have saw something there that they liked, and they really went back to with the Sabo twice in a row and scored. Made some nice plays.
Boy, what a kick by Nick Kingerski. Kid who get the extra point, kicked it through the end zone. So that'll tell you something. So the Wildcats are going to start off now at the 20-yard line. So young quarterback, okay. You know, first thing you're going to say to a young quarterback is you don't need to get it all back now, okay. Let's move the ball. Let's get some things going up the field and try to get a little confidence, but still you want to light that fire. It's like, hey, we want to keep this thing moving. We're moving the ball really nicely, and let's keep it going, basically.
Yeah, stick to your game plan early on here, and mix a little passing with your run, mix it up a little bit, because Slippery Rock has stopped Central Clarion the last couple times on the run pretty consistently.
First down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Here's Ferguson looking downfield. He completes the ball to number 11, Ryan Hummel. And Hummel picks up a few, gets over, I think it will get over the 24-yard line. They'll mark him right at the 25-yard line. So good pass by Ferguson, a little bit safe on the safe side. Good job by Hummel to pick up the football and get to the 25-yard line. So 2nd and 5. 7-0 Slippery Rock, 10:48 remaining in the second quarter. Second quarter being brought to you by Hager Paving. Here's Ferguson back to pass. He's getting some pressure. Penalty flag on the play. Ferguson's going to go try to run it. He gets to the 30-yard line. He's out close to a first down, but there is a penalty flag sitting back at the 20-yard line.
And that's back in the area where you're going to see offensive holding more regularly than not. So we'll see what the officials say. But I did like Ferguson. He took the time, really scanned the field before he pulled that down and made a decision and picked up 5 yards. But it looks like that'll be coming back.
Yeah, he got out running around a little bit. So it'll be a 10-yard penalty. They move him back.
Well, it's going to be from the spot foul, so that's going to take him back to the 10-yard line. No, to the 15-yard line.
We're going to take it back. Yep, take it back to the 15.
15-yard line, bring up a 2nd and 15 for Clarion.
One thing I noticed, Dave, Slippery Rock on defensively, they get to the ball, they gang tackle really well. Usually when there's a Clarion defender making a run or making a catch in the open, he's being tackled by 4 defenders. So they're pursuing the ball.
Here's Ferguson, blitz coming, and he takes one right in the teeth. He tries to get it out to Simcoe, and that ball's going to be picked off by 26, Sal Minio. Minio up the left side of the field, penalty flag on the play, so Minio goes in. Minio goes in, but there's a penalty flag on the play, and that's probably an illegal block. We'll see. We got one Clarion player down on the field. So Minio with the interception. If it stands, it's going to be a 15-yard interception. Basically for a touchdown, even though Ferguson threw it 40 yards down the field. And Slippery Rock seems a little upset about it. And we'll wait and see what the referees have to say about it, basically. Illegal block in the back against Slippery Rock. It's going to be possession. Slippery Rock will take possession, so it's not a touchdown.
Not a touchdown.
Slippery Rock will take over, looks like at the 15-yard line, and we'll basically try to go from there. Here's a couple scores for you. At the end of one, Red Bank 8, Keystone nothing at the end of the first quarter. Carn City 14, Girard nothing as they start the second quarter. Brookville 14 nothing over Bradford, all over them. Clearfield 14, DuBois nothing with 11 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Elk County 12, Bucktail nothing at the end of the first quarter. Cottersport picked up where they left off, up 14 nothing on Cameron County, and no scores coming in yet for St. Mary's and Ridgeway. So take a look at the D9 scoreboard, and Clarion is going to basically take a timeout too. So let's take a quick one also. With 9 minutes and 54 seconds remaining in the second quarter, Slippery Rock 7-0. We'll be back with more football. We'll be back with more D9 football on exploreClarion.com, brought to you by Carly Tire.
J&J Trailers and Equipment Sales on Route 66 in Shippensville is your one-stop trailer shop for all things trailers. J&J stocks over 70 trailers at a time of all shapes and sizes, including enclosed cargos, equipment haulers, utility trailers, tilt trailers, and dump trailers. Reputable brands include CarMate, Sport Haven, PJ, Liberty, and Wells Cargo. If you are looking for the most dependable trailers on the market, backed by the industry's best warranty, choose J&J Trailers and Equipment Sales. Trailers that work for a living.
Back at Slippery Rock, Dave Cadis and Ken Nellis. Slippery Rock up 7-0 on a pass from Zip Mokel to John Sabo here at the beginning of the second quarter. Ken, I think Clarion took that timeout. I'm looking at the scoreboard, and they did. And I think it's one of those timeouts where it's like, hey, too much activity. Quarterback just threw a pass. The kid went into the end zone. Things are hectic. Let's just get a timeout to basically regroup and set everything up once again.
Yeah, I think it was just a little reset there. The Slippery Rock with the penalties got starting on the 29-yard line, so Central Clarion's got to answer.
Here's Mokel. He's back to look again. He's got Sabo at the 20-yard line. Zip Mokel with a nice pass to his favorite receiver, John Sabo. Like Sabo. 6'1", 160-pound wide receiver. And he looks like a wide receiver.
They must be seeing something. They like the matchup they're getting and the coverage, but they've really, that's been their bread and butter.
Here's Mokel again, 1st and 10. Back to pass, getting plenty of time. Mokel splints out to the right. He's got some running room. Mokel all the way down to the 7-yard line. He's brought down there by number 21, Noah Nasser. But Mokel got some running room, and boy, he had a lot of time that time to pick and decide where he wanted to go.
Yeah, he rolled out a little bit to the right, surveyed, and then pulled the ball down and made a nice gain. So it's going to be 1st and goal from the 7.
So Slippery Rock staying the same formation. They got an eye back. Here's Mokel in the Wildcat. He sends Brendan Earl in motion. Hands the football off back there. Let's see who's got that. Couldn't tell who got that. It was 24. And that is Brent Glasick. He gets all the way down to the 1-yard line, and Slippery Rock still in the hurry-up type of offense, trying to keep Clarion off guard. Here's Mokel. He gets a snap, looking inside. Completes that football to Shane Thompson on a 1-yard touchdown pass. So Vince Mokel to Shane Thompson on a 1-yard touchdown pass. Mokel to Shane Thompson with 8:22 remaining in the second quarter. So nice little pick and roll down there about the goal line. And Mokel just threw that pass, really, really good pass at the right time to Shane Thompson. And Slippery Rock takes the lead 13-0. Here's Kongursky on for the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is true. 14-0. Slippery Rock Rockets on top of the Central Clarion Wildcats. Let's take a timeout with 8:22 remaining in the second quarter. We'll be back with more D9 football on exploreClarion.com, brought to you by Kerle Tire.
This is Corey. He made two big mistakes. His first mistake was not going to Laurel Eye Clinic to have bladeless LASIK. His second mistake was trying to pet what he thought was his cat without wearing his glasses. Don't be like Corey. Call Laurel Eye Clinic.
Back at Troy Allen Stadium, Dave Cadis along with Ken Nellis. Slippery Rock with a 1-yard touchdown, extending their lead to 14-0 here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Clarion just to get a little back on their heels. I'm not sure if it's the fatigue, the heat, the pace of the Slippery Rock offense, but they're on their heels.
Here's Kongursky, good kick again into the end zone from the 40-yard line. 60-yard kick from where they have that ball spotted at the 40-yard line. So good job by Kongursky that time. So the Wildcats now huddling a little bit there at the 25-yard line, trying to get the play in. Coach Eggleton trying to decide basically, let's see if we can find something that works.
Having that kicker that can boot that ball into the end zone on the fly is a nice weapon. It doesn't give the Central Clarion chance to make a spark, make a big play, something happen. It really it's a nice weapon to have.
Yep,
strong leg.
Well, they need a well-controlled drive right now. Run some clock and try to run the football, almost like that first drive they had, Ken, on the first series. So let's see if we can get back to that here a little bit. Here's Ferguson. Hands the football off to Brecken Rex. Rex trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to have a tough time doing it. Brought down by Andrew Masella on that play.
And Rex really, again, the line, there was not much movement on the front line. He picked his way down the right side of that line trying to find a hole. It really didn't get much, but his credit, he didn't, maybe a slight loss as they're moving the ball back. But, the line of scrimmage right now is the battle's being won by Slippery Rock.
Yeah, they're getting some penetration now. And as we move on in the course of the football game here, getting to the late stages of the second quarter. Here's Ferguson looking. He's got his receiver, but nothing there. He's got Tommy Smith down there at the 25-yard line. He's going to pick up about 6. Brought down by Sam Schwartz from the Rockets there. So he got a little bit of it back. That'll bring up about a 3rd down and 4 at the 26-yard line. So you're looking for your 3rd down and 4 play right now on your sheet. He's got Brecken Rex in the backfield. Ferguson in the shotgun. Looks like he's trying to change up the play a little bit.
Maybe
young freshman.
Yep.
Changes up the play. Everybody's looking at their wristbands with the play chart. Better hurry up because the back judge just gave him 5 seconds. So here's Ferguson. Back, looking downfield, looking for his receiver. He had number 22 down there, Ashton Rex, but the ball falls off his fingertips, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, the pass was there. The defender was there, Lucas Allison, number 22 for Slippery Rock, right there. Again, would have been a nice pass catch, but falls to the turf, and Central Clarion is going to go back to punt.
Ashton Rex, who just had the ball bounce off his hands back deep for the Wildcats. And he'll be kicking it away. Pretty dangerous Ryan Montgomery back there for the Rockets, and that kid's dangerous. And Rex is going to go to the right, kick it again like he did earlier, and the ball is going to take a Clarion bounce. And number 4, Brock Smith, probably could have got about 10 more yards right there.
He tackled the ball very aggressively.
He did. He tackled it. He made a good stop on that ball right there. He could have got about 10 more yards. And, he was met with about 3 Clarion coaches on the sidelines. So he'll never do that again.
I guess not. So
the Rockets will take over. Second quarter brought to you by Hager Paving. For all your paving needs, see Hager Paving.
Well, Central Clarion definitely needs a nice stand here on defense. They've got them back at the 30-yard line, and to turn the tide a little bit, get on the scoreboard before halftime. This is a crucial series defensively for Central Clarion Wildcats.
Yeah, going to need a turnover. Could really use a dose of a turnover right now. That's the big thing. But Muckle got to keep an eye on Sabo. He's out there stretching like crazy, like he's looking for the ball again here and everything. So here's Muckle. Takes a snap, hands the ball off, number 18. Looks like Dustin Joyce. Where's that Shane Thompson? I think it is Shane Thompson. Trying to lift him up off the pile.
Tackle by
go ahead.
78 for Clarion. I don't see a number 78 in my program, so I'm not sure who that was.
Yeah, not sure, but it was a pretty good tackle for number 78. Let me tell you. So here's Mokel. Second down and 7 at the 33-yard line. Hands the ball off again. And that's Ryan Montgomery that time. Out over the 35-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down and mark him at the 36, so it'll be about a 3rd down and 4 for Slippery Rock.
Now we got to keep an eye on number 2 out here, John Sabo, out here on the right. Matched up against Kristen Simcoe. No, nice
Not that
defensive
time.
stand.
They hand the ball off to number 25, Ryan Montgomery, and Montgomery hit by 2 Clarion defensive linemen that time. That's a big play for the Wildcats, stopping the Rockets, and should get good field position here. Going to bring up about a 4th down and 5, and I'm sure Slippery Rock is going to punt that football away.
This is that was a nice that first time I think I'm calling his name. Mason Songer was in the backfield making that big tackle, and let's see if Central Clarion can make something happen here with a nice return.
So good snap. Punts away. Hummel's back there looking for something to do with it. Ball's going to go out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. They're going to mark it at about the 36. About the 36-yard line. So 4:39 remaining in the second quarter. Slippery Rock on top 14-0 at this point. Taking a look at a couple other scores. Red Bank finally got on the board against Keystone, 8-0. Red Bank Valley Bulldogs against Keystone at the end of that first quarter. Karn City tacking on another touchdown, 21-0 up in Erie with Girard. Brookville still 14-0. Elk County's on the board, 12-0 against Bucktail. Cottersport score remains the same, 14-0. The Wildcats will take on Moniton next week in a big rivalry game. Having our sons go through that, it's not an easy place to when you're playing Monitor, it's not easy. Here's Ferguson back to pass. Looking downfield, he's got a wide open receiver down there. He's got Ryan Hummel at the 45-yard line. He crosses the 50 all the way down to about the 48-yard line. So good pass by Jace Ferguson. Found the open receiver, and that's a first down for the Wildcats.
Dave, in the backfield, one of the running backs stepped up and really picked up a blitzer, a defender coming in the face of Jace Ferguson. Did a nice job of giving Jace the time to make that throw.
Looked like Brecken Rex back there, number 20, picked up that blitz that time. So good job, good throw by the young 9th grader Jace Ferguson. First down and 10, 49-yard line of Slippery Rock. Here's Ferguson. Looking for something to do. Hands the ball off. To number 21, and that's going to be Noah Nasser for about a 5-yard pickup. So now, switching around a little bit, the Clarion offensive line making a big push. They're starting to pick up some yards from that backfield position. So
They have, again, seem to be on the same page and mixing a little play up, a little misdirection, get back to what they do best.
Here's Ferguson, 2nd and 6. Tosses the football out here to number 20. That's going to be Brecken Rex, and nothing doing out here. The Rockets come up and stop Rex at about the 48-yard line. Number 68, big number 68, Brody Glasick, 6'3", 225 pounds in there, putting up the wall for Slippery Rock. So a loss of about 4 on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 9 at the 48-yard line of Slippery Rock. So big play here early in this football game for the Wildcats. Let's see if they can convert on this 3rd down. Here's Ferguson. Fakes the ball. Play action. Looking for receiver. Finds one down there, number 20, but the ball is just overthrown. Brecken Rex was open right at about the 38-yard line, and ball falls incomplete. So 4th down again and 7. Ferguson looking to the sidelines. Coach Eggleton having a chat, and here comes Ferguson back onto the field, and they may decide to go for this right here. But if they are going to go for it, they better hurry up.
Yeah, they have 2 timeouts, and as Coach Weiser never took anything home with them, so.
Well, that 25-second clock is ticking. Ticking a good bit.
Crucial play. They need to call a timeout so they don't get penalized here.
Let's see, the back judge hasn't raised his hip. Here's Ferguson back to pass. He's got somebody. He's looking down the field. Tries to get that football up, and it's going to be intercepted, it looks like.
Well,
that's down at the 20-yard line. Looks like, is that number 28? Number
yes.
20.
I'm going to say, it looked like number 28, Matt Jones, the one that came down with that ball.
Yeah, Alan Maddox down there intercepts the ball, and Ferguson just threw it up, trying to make something happen on that 4th down, and it's almost as good as a punt. They get the ball at about the 25-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 20, I should say. Is that 20? Let's see, 30.
That's the 19.
19-yard line. So just as good as a punt, basically. Maybe sometimes even better. But your stats aren't going to be too happy as far as Ferguson is concerned. So Slippery Rock will take over at their 19-yard line. 14-0 Slippery Rock with 2:41 remaining in the first half. Here's Mokel in the background. Low snap, looking for somebody. Gets the football out to number 19, and that is Shane Thompson. And Thompson's still on his feet over the 50-yard line. Broke a tackle. Brought down by number 11, Ryan Hummel on the play. Hummel loses his helmet. And just a little quick out pass, and Montgomery just took it up the field for a 1st down into Clarion territory.
Yeah, short pass, and Slippery Rock had numbers out there. They had 2 blockers for 2 defenders. They both made their blocks, and receiver parted the season. Took it up 30 yards.
And they're going high pace here again. Here's Mokel looking for somebody. He hands the football off to Shane Thompson. Thompson, nothing that time. Brought down by number 78 again, but we don't have a name on him. Even the public address guy doesn't even know who he is. So, 2nd down and 10. Still going high pace offense. Here's Mokel in the Wildcat. Keeps it to the right side. He passes the ball to number 24, Brett Glasick. Glasick's free. He'll pick up another 15 all the way down to about the 25-yard line of the Wildcats. Kind of a unique kind of play right there. Looked like Mokel was going to keep it. Got up the field and just sort of pass lateraled it back to Glasick for a 1st down.
Yeah, I did like that play, the way it developed. He had many choices. He could keep the ball and run or scoot it off to the right, and he did.
Here's Mokel, 26-yard line. Looking downfield for Sabo. Throws it a little bit too high. Had Sabo on a slant, but just about 1 or 2 feet above his head that time. So the ball falls incomplete. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10 at about the 26-yard line.
Mokel's really living up to his nickname, Zip. That ball had some heat on it. He trusts his receiver, and that ball had some heat.
It did. Had fumes on it. Here's Mokel rolling right, looking downfield. Again, his receiver just wasn't able to turn around. He was looking for Sabo again at the 13-yard line. The ball falls incomplete. Now, Wildcats still in this football game. 14-0. Whole second half ready to play. Big stand right here, though.
I think Slippery Rock depends what they do on this play, but I think it's going to go for. They're going to go for it on fourth down, one way or the other, or they've got a big leg on a kicker. So we'll see what happens here on third down.
Yeah, here's Mokel. He's got Shane Thompson in the backfield, set to his right. He's got Brent Glasik off to his left. Sends Brendan Earl in motion. Here's Mokel looking for Sabo again. Ball falls incomplete. Good coverage there, and the assistant coaches above us not happy with that. Let me tell you. You can hear him stomping on the press box. He was open. That'd be the offensive coordinator. Yeah, he was open. You just got to get it to him. That's the whole thing. Ball falls incomplete. Clarion holds.
So kicker.
Fourth down. Here comes Nick Kingerski. He's going to come on.
43-yard field goal.
He's going to set it.
He's by watching him kick off. He has the leg.
He's got the leg. He can kick off. He can put it in the end zone 60 yards. I need to contact Coach Weibel about this kid, let me tell you. So, here's Kingerski. Ball's being held by Eli Anderson. The ball is down. It is up, and that kick is going to be good. A 43-yard field goal. 43-yard field goal by Nick Kingerski. Extends the lead at 1:40 remaining in the second quarter. So, boy, Kingerski, he's got one heck of a leg, let me tell you. So, 43-yard field goal, and that'll set it up for Clarion. When we come back from this break, we'll have more football. You're listening to D9 Football on Explore Clarion, brought to you by Carly Tire.
Red Bank Chevrolet, the area's #1 Chevrolet dealer and Clarion County's truck headquarters. So if you're in the market for a new or used Chevrolet car, truck, or SUV, go to Red Bank Chevrolet, 500 Broad Street in New Bethlehem, or online redbankchevrolet.com. Skilled staff at Red Bank Chevrolet is ready to meet all of your automotive needs. If we don't see you today, we'll see you at Red Bank Chevrolet.
Back at Troy Allen Stadium down here in Slippery Rock. Beautiful evening for football. Slippery Rock converting on a 43-yard field goal by Kingerski. And it's going to be the Wildcats' opportunity after Kingerski kicks another one into the end zone.
Well, Central Clarion's got 1 minute and 40 seconds. Slippery Rock does have Slippery Rock has all 3 timeouts, I believe, so to their disposal if they want to use them. And so Clarion has to stay aggressive and try to move the ball here late in the second half.
Yeah, just stay a little bit. At the half, Keystone leads Red Bank 14-8. The Panthers with 2 defensive touchdowns early to take control of that football game. That's the other big game tonight on Explore Clarion. You can jump over and listen to Bob Dunkel and Mike Kalinowski bring you all that action. But it's Ken Nellis and Dave Cadis down here at Slippery Rock. So the Wildcats starting off. Here's Ferguson. He hands the football off to number 20, and that is Brecken Rex, and Brecken Rex picks up a bunch of yards. Over the 30-yard line, over the 35-yard line. They're going to mark him out at about the 40-yard line right there. So good running by Brecken Rex and good play call by Coach Eggleton.
That's what you needed coming out of first down there. Get out of deep in your territory from the 20, gain 20 yards in that first place. Gives you a lot of options and puts Slippery Rock a little bit more back on the defense because now you've got the opportunity to throw the ball from where you're at now.
1:32 remaining in the second quarter. So got to be kind of conscious about the time on the clock. So Ferguson back in the shotgun. Back judge looking at his watch back there. Changing the play again. 5 seconds. And Ferguson gets it off. Ferguson back to pass, getting some pressure back there, and he's brought down.
backfield by number 62.
Number 62, Tony Pelosi, taking Ferguson down. Clock still running, 1:17 remaining. That'll bring up a second down and a mile right now. 2nd and 21 for the Wildcats. So a lot of pressure that time. Pelosi just come flying through and making a big tackle that time. So the clock keeps ticking. We're down to under 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter. If they want to do something, they better get moving here pretty quickly. Ferguson back in the backfield. Takes a snap, getting some pressure again, and he's going to be brought down at about the 25-yard line.
Clarion player gets his helmet roped off, and it rolls about 20 yards, and it's number 62 retrieving his helmet.
And the clock is still continuing to turn with 22 seconds remaining in the first half. I think it looks like Coach Eagleton just wants to get into the locker room without any further damage. 10 seconds remaining, and it looks like they're going to just let the clock basically run out here and not take advantage. They got field position all the way back at the 28-yard line, and that's where the first half is basically going to end. So, Coach Nellis, we thought it might be a high-scoring game. It's high-scoring on one end of the field, on one sideline, not the other one.
Yeah, Central Clarion started off that first drive, really moved the ball really well, and just had the unfortunate fumbling the ball right at the goal line, turning the ball over, and from that point on, Slippery Rocks made some adjustments and stopped the run, and it's been a kind of a, from the near the end of the first quarter, it's been all Slippery Rock.
Yeah, it has been. So, we got a lot in store for you for halftime. We're going to talk about a little bit what's going on in District 9. We're going to talk to you a little bit about the scoring summary, and we're going to talk about the keys to the second half and what the Wildcats can do to try to bounce back in this football game. But right now, we'll take a little bit of an extended break. You're listening to D9 Football on exploreClarion.com, brought to you by Kerle Tire.
He's on the 30. He's on the 20. He's on the 10. It's a touchdown!
There's nothing like football. The lights, the cheers of the crowd, and getting a chance to see our local athletes and kids give it all they've got. Come to a game. Support our local schools. Clarion County Community Bank. A better way to bank. Member FDIC. Visit us online at ClarionBank.com.
Best wishes to our local teams for a safe and successful season from your one-stop car, truck, and SUV dealer, Clarion Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Visit us on Main Street in Clarion or start online at ClarionAuto.com.
Dubrook, a proud member of the M&B Group, is the right choice for your next concrete project. Specializing in decorative concrete products, precast concrete products, gravel, and stone delivery, Dubrook has what you need to complete your residential or commercial project. With locations in Clarion, DuBois, St. Mary's, Butler, and Evans City, Dubrook is ready to offer their professional help as your ready-mix supplier. Call 1-844-DUBROOK today.
With so much to protect each day, Eric Schick Insurance and Financial Services is here to help you find the right coverage that fits your life. Call 814-275-2210 to learn more.
Locally owned and operated, Hager Paving of Strattonville provides a range of services: hot mix asphalt, cold patch asphalt, tar and chipping, and seal coating. Hager Paving's reputation in business is based on customer service, referrals, and your satisfaction. serving residential, commercial, industrial, and local municipalities throughout Western Pennsylvania. Exceptional service, exceptional quality. That's Hager Paving of Strattonville. Call 814-764-5080. That's 814-764-5080 for Hager Paving.
J&J Trailers and Equipment Sales on Route 66 in Shippensville is your one-stop trailer shop for all things trailers. J&J stocks over 70 trailers at a time of all shapes and sizes, including enclosed cargos, equipment haulers, utility trailers, tilt trailers, and dump trailers. Reputable brands include CarMate, Sport Haven, PJ, Liberty, and Wells Cargo. If you are looking for the most dependable trailers on the market, backed by the industry's best warranty, choose J&J Trailers and Equipment Sales. Trailers that work for a living.
One of the biggest risks to your future could be running out of money during a longer than expected retirement. Many people have not yet taken the time to determine if they will have enough assets to last throughout retirement. Our Retirement Income Evaluator can help you develop a roadmap and actionable recommendations. To learn more, stop by our office located at 162 South 2nd Avenue in Clarion. Give us a call at 2223-9990 or visit JannyClarion.com. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
You can afford a gorgeous, custom-designed hardwood Kerle's kitchen for a lot less than you'd pay at a DIY store. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. At Kerle's, there are never middleman markups or hidden charges that can add 40%. Go to FactoryDirectKitchens.net. That's FactoryDirectKitchens.net.
Throughout West Central Pennsylvania, people are losing their glasses. Well, they haven't really lost them. They just don't need them anymore. Thanks to the amazing LASIK surgeons at Laurel Eye Clinic. Call Laurel Eye Clinic and schedule your free consultation.
No matter how cold it is outside, you can keep warm and toasty inside with a built-in-the-USA super efficient furnace from Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Affordable, quiet, and reliable. You can count on your furnace from Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Red Bank Chevrolet, the area's #1 Chevrolet dealer and Clarion County's truck headquarters. So if you're in the market for a new or used Chevrolet car, truck, or SUV, go to Red Bank Chevrolet, 500 Broad Street in New Bethlehem, or online redbankchevrolet.com. Skilled staff at Red Bank Chevrolet is ready to meet all of your automotive needs. If we don't see you today, we'll see you at Red Bank Chevrolet.
Enjoy fabulous fine dining in a casual, elegant atmosphere at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg. Take in the breathtaking view through the windowed walls or dine on the patio overlooking the always changing Allegheny River.
Back at Troy Allen Stadium in Slippery Rock, Dave Cadis along with Ken Nellis for the Clarion Slippery Rock game. 17-0, the Rockets on top. Ken, what do you think the Coach Eggleton is telling his team in the locker room right now?
Yep. Knowing Davey, and probably telling the team not to panic. State of the game plan. Go out, get that first score on that first possession. I think Central Clarion receives the ball, and then build from there. So it's not going to get it all 17 points back real quick. So it's going to take some time.
Coach Larry Wendelroos from Slippery Rock's got to be telling his team, I'm pretty happy with your performance so far. First couple series looked like a pretty even battle, and then quarterback for Slippery Rock, Zip Mokel. Yeah. Zip Mokel found his receiver, John Sabo, and went to him a few times and had a lot of success moving the football, and they started running the football a little bit. So Wildcats were able to get out first half 17-0, so hopefully they can come out and try to regroup a little bit. So lots of football being played this Friday night out on the fields around town. Ken and I talked a little bit about that Keystone Red Bank Valley game. I guess Keystone scored on 2 defensive possessions and put up 14 points. So at halftime, it is Keystone 14, Red Bank Valley 8. We don't have a score on the Union AC Valley game at Brockway at this time. That might have been an 8 o'clock start up there. So we don't have a score there. In the first quarter, Montauk is playing Kane. That's 0-0 in the first quarter. Karnes City 28, Girard nothing. So Karnes City reloaded without a doubt. That's about a minute left in the second quarter up there in Erie. Brookville's up on Bradford 14-0. So Brookville picking up where they actually left off too. And then in your area over there, you're the athletic director of Penn State DuBois. You better have a chat with the Beavers over there. They're losing to Clearfield 21-0 at halftime. Would anybody be upset about that over there?
I'm sure there will be a few parents.
Yeah, 21-0 Clearfield over DuBois.
You got it right where they want them.
That's a big rivalry, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so that'll be interesting to see. Elk County Catholic 12, Bucktail nothing at the end of the first quarter. Cameron County got on the board, so Cotter Sports still up on top 14-0 with about a minute left in that second quarter, and still no score on that Ridgeway St. Mary's game. Kind of interested to see what's going on with that. Everett 6, Kerwinsville nothing up in Kerwinsville, Pennsylvania. Tomorrow's games, Port Allegheny versus Otto Eldred, and Smethport basically versus Sheffield. Up on the hill tomorrow. No lights up there. Beautiful stadium in Sheffield. Just no lights up there. So they go from there. So the scoreboard this afternoon and this evening brought to you by Zocra Motors. And we thank Pat Keel and everybody at Zocra Motors for their sponsorship basically there. So Keys scoring summary, Coach Nellis. We got to follow the script here and everything. Tell everybody out there what happened.
Scoreless first quarter. Again, it was Central Clarion had the opportunity to cash in early and lost that fumble right on the goal line, turned the ball over for a touchback, so they went unanswered. Second quarter, Slippery Rock at 11-17 in the second quarter. 24-yard touchdown pass from Zip Merkel to John Sabo. They hooked up a couple times on the drive and made that score.
Yeah, good pass. And boy, when we call Zip Merkel, that's his nickname, and he can really zip it in there when he has it and everything. So, that's a big thing. So,
yep. Yeah. Then they came back right away, and at 8:22, I think after a Central Clarion turnover, they brought the ball down. They got it inside the 5-yard line, and then it was a 1-yard touchdown pass at the 8:22 mark. Merkel to Shane Thompson, the running back, put it up 14-0, and then. Big leg. We saw some kickoffs from Nick Kajerski, and he, with a minute and 40 seconds left in the second quarter, kicked a 43-yard field goal. No doubt about it, right down the middle, nice and strong. Leaves us at 17-0, Slippery Rock.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the first drive for the Bobcats. They had that football, Ken, and they moved the ball really well. Little dunks and dinks passes, and, Nassar was able to run the ball pretty well for the Wildcats, and they got the ball all the way down inside of Slippery Rock territory. I'm trying to recall this. I'm about the 10-yard line, and Chase Ferguson got loose and got it almost into the end zone, and the ball come flying out apparently at the 1 or 2 yard line, and Slippery Rock was able to get it as a touchback, and they started their possession. But that was a big, big turnover and a big, big key of the game so far.
Yeah, I think momentum, that was, again, it was just a turning point momentum-wise. Clarion would have been up Central Clarion would have been up 7-0, and I think they maybe would have settled in a little bit better. But that was something that they'll look back on as a turning point maybe in this first half.
Yeah, you get on a roll like that. Can you just imagine being that young quarterback? And, Ferguson, a ninth grader out there playing football. You don't see too many ninth graders out there being a starting quarterback at a Clarion team. But able to get out there, and that's just too bad he couldn't hold on to it, because like you said, I think the possessions would have stacked up and had a little bit of confidence going in. Now you go in the locker room with a big 0 out there, and that's got to be tough for the young man to try to deal with, because you start thinking about, hey, maybe I'm letting my team down here a little bit or something like that. Mm-hmm. But he's got all the attributes. I could just see him as a sophomore and junior. He's got to get better from this game to the next game, and just continuing to learn the game and get the speed of the game. Speed of the game on turf is a lot different practicing out in the practice fields at Clarion University, the grass practice fields.
Yeah.
The speed of the game is a little bit more with everything.
Yeah.
So.
And the other thing that was pretty apparent was the pace, the tempo of the Slippery Rock offense. They signaled the plays in. They got up to the line, and they didn't really have a lot of movement when they got up to the line, and they snapped the ball and they moved. They kept the plays snapping off, and that may have had a little bit of fatigue factor on the Clarion's defensive front, because they did wear down just a little bit. So hopefully they can recover, come back here in the second half, and really again reestablish themselves.
The scoring summary brought to you by Gatesman Auto Body up in Leeper, PA. Why don't we take a real quick break, and we'll come back with our keys for the second half right after this. You're listening to D9 Football on Explore Clarion, brought to you by Kerle Tire.
Enjoy fabulous fine dining in a casual, elegant atmosphere at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg. Take in the breathtaking view through the windowed walls, or dine on the patio overlooking the always changing Allegheny River.
Hey, Julie, nice deck. Did you get that at Tio Nesta Builder Supply?
It's Tio Nesta Builder Supply, and yes, Dave, I did.
Wonder if they sell siding and roofing at Tio Nesta Builder Supply.
It's Tio Nesta, and yes, Tio Nesta Builder Supply has that too. Come on, Dave. You've never been there? They have 2 showrooms for anything home improvement. Mom got a custom kitchen there. Bill down the street got the materials for his garage. They have this awesome website, www.tionestabuilders.us. You can buy online. They really have everything for the home.
Wow, I'm heading over to Tio Nesta. I know. Tio Nesta Builders.
Tio Nesta Builder Supply Home Improvement Center, family owned and operated since 1958, with locations in Tio Nesta and Shippenville.
That sounds good. I'll check them out online at tionestabuilders.us.
Located in Parker, Emlenton, and Clarion, UFP Parker LLC is currently hiring for several skill levels, including general labor, assembler, and forklift operators. For more information, visit ufpi.com/careers.
Zockrell Motor Truck Sales in Clarion is an International Diamond Ed certified service department. As one of only 276 such shops in all of North America, you can be sure that when your medium or heavy-duty truck needs service, the job will be done correctly at Zockrell Motors. Our work is guaranteed nationwide at any international truck dealer, and our parts and service prices can't be beaten. Our technicians are factory trained and factory certified. Don't trust a shop that just thinks that they can make repairs. Come to Zockrell Motors Diamond Edge Certified Service Department. If it's maintenance you need, click ZockrellMotors.com or call us for a quote on those jobs too. Our prices are great. Best of all, you know the repair is done right and it's guaranteed. Get your truck service work done at Zockrell Motor Truck Sales, 2 miles north of exit 64 Interstate 80 in Clarion.
Hi, my name is Jason, and welcome to Sweet Basil. Come on in.
Dubrook, a proud member of the M&B Group, is the right choice for your next concrete project. Specializing in decorative concrete products, precast concrete products, gravel and stone delivery, Dubrook has what you need to complete your residential or commercial project. With locations in Clarion, DuBois, St. Mary's, Butler, and Evans City, Dubrook is ready to offer their professional help as your ready-mix supplier. Call 1-844-DUBROOK today.
This is Corey. He made 2 big mistakes. His first mistake was not going to Laurel Eye Clinic to have bladeless LASIK. His second mistake was trying to pet what he thought was his cat without wearing his glasses. Don't be like Corey. Call Laurel Eye Clinic.
He's on the 30. He's on the 20. He's on the 10. It's a touchdown.
There's nothing like football. The lights, the cheers of the crowd, and getting a chance to see our local athletes and kids give it all they've got. Come to a game. Support our local schools. Clarion County Community Bank. A better way to bank. Member FDIC. Visit us online at ClarionBank.com.
Locally owned and operated, Hager Paving of Strattonville provides a range of services: hot mix asphalt, cold patch asphalt, tar and chipping, and seal coating. Hager Paving's reputation in business is based on customer service, referrals, and your satisfaction. Serving residential, commercial, industrial, and local municipalities throughout Western Pennsylvania, exceptional service, exceptional quality. That's Hager Paving of Strattonville. Call 814-764-5080. That's 814-764-5080 for Hager Paving.
Throughout West Central Pennsylvania, people are losing their glasses. Well, they haven't really lost them. They just don't need them anymore. Thanks to the amazing LASIK surgeons at Laurel Eye Clinic. Call Laurel Eye Clinic and schedule your free consultation.
Located in Parker, Emlenton, and Clarion, UFP Parker LLC is currently hiring for several skill levels, including general labor, assembler, and forklift operators. For more information, visit ufpi.com/careers.
Hey, Julie, nice deck. Did you get that at T.O. Nesta Builder Supply?
It's T.O. Nesta Builder Supply. And yes, Dave, I did.
Wonder if they sell siding and roofing at T.O. Nesta Builder Supply.
It's T.O. Nesta. And yes, T.O. Nesta Builder Supply has that too. Come on, Dave. You've never been there? They have 2 showrooms for anything home improvement. Mom got a custom kitchen there. Bill down the street got the materials for his garage. They have this awesome website, www.tionestabuilders.us. You can buy online. They really have everything for the home.
Wow, I'm heading over to T.O. Nesta. I know. T.O. Nesta Builders.
T.O. Nesta Builders Supply Home Improvement Center. Family owned and operated since 1958 with locations in T.O. Nesta and Shippenville.
That sounds good. I'll check them out online at tionestabuilders.us.
One of the biggest risks to your future could be running out of money during a longer than expected retirement. Many people have not yet taken the time to determine if they will have enough assets to last throughout retirement. Our Retirement Income Evaluator can help you develop a roadmap and actionable recommendations. To learn more, stop by our office located at 162 South 2nd Avenue in Clarion. Give us a call at 2223-9990 or visit JannyClarion.com. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Back at Troy Allen Stadium, here in Slippery Rock, Dave Cadis and Ken Nellis here for the Slippery Rock Clarion Wildcats game. If somebody would have told me we were going to be in Slippery Rock at this point about 10 o'clock in the morning broadcasting a football game, I would have said you're absolutely crazy. But change of fate and everything changes up in crazy ways these days. And Coach Nellis and I filling in a little bit tonight, trying to give you a good broadcast down here at Slippery Rock. And just going over some of the halftime stuff today. In some of the areas tonight, and halftime brought to you by Heater Lumber. And we want to make sure we thank Heater Lumber for their support and the halftime show. So, Coach Nellis, we saw a little storm on the radar. And I'm not going to tell the referee that, but there was a little bit of a storm, but it looks like I keep watching the white hat down there, the referee, and I think we're going to go right along with it right now. So that's a big thing. But Wildcats out on the field right now, doing a little warm-up. We got about 2 minutes until kickoff starts here for the second half. But Keys to the second half, Coach Nellis, brought to you by Kerle's Kitchen up in Leeper, PA. What are some of the keys you think we need to get going for the Wildcats?
Well, Central Clarion Wildcats, they've got to come out after taking the kickoff here in the second half. And back to what we talked about at the beginning of the game, Dave, is establish themselves on the offensive line, do what they do best, run the ball, use a variety of backs, spread the ball around, and just get some first downs, move that ball down the field, gain a little confidence, and try to get on that board on that first drive. Really important.
Got a long season ahead. Wildcats will be taking on Montauk next week, and you want to get some confidence under these guys. I'm sure that Coach Eggleton wants to get a couple scores to get a little momentum going into next half with everything. But, yeah, I agree. You're in that coaching situation where if you're going to get the ball back on the opening kickoff, if you can go down and score, that would be a big, big confidence booster with two quarters remaining in the football game. But if you don't get that score, defense has got to come up and try to do things. So far I've been impressed. I always look at football games that I go to see if any of these kids could go to the next level. And for Slippery Rock, I really like the Sabo kid as a wide receiver. And, one of the biggest things with these guys on this team is both Sabo and the quarterback, Skip Mokel, were both still 11th graders. They got another year left. And they're going to be doing some damage through this side of the state on the District 10 side of the ledger. And for Central Clarion, I think again leadership. They got a lot of seniors on the line, both offense and defense. They've got to step up, show their leadership, and again, just to reestablish that line of scrimmage. And if the scoring comes, great. If it doesn't, they've got, again, this is a building block for the rest of the season against an opponent they weren't really supposed to play. So it's going to be a learning experience, and they'll build from this. So let's see what they do in the second half. Ashton Rex will be back for the Wildcats, and he's been back there all night. But Mr. Kongursky from Slippery Rock has kicked it through the end zone the last 3 times that he's kicked that football. So maybe with the sun going down now, the humidity is heavy.
Yeah,
maybe the ball will land his
won't
hands
travel
this
as far.
We'll see if Ashton Rex can get ready to go. Glad to have you with us for the second half here. Slippery Rock and the Clarion Wildcats. Short kick by Kongursky, taken by one of the up men about at the 20-yard line, and he is rocked down there at the 25-yard line. That's going to be number 20, Brecken Rex, trying to run that football backs, and he is hit down at that 25-yard line.
Mr. Tanner Kennedy introduced himself to Mr. Rex.
Yes, he did. He let him have it. He gave him the business without a doubt. So Wildcats will take over. Let's see where they're going to mark it. It looks like they're going to mark it about the 26-yard line. So the Wildcats come out of halftime. Return the ball. Relatively good position considering Kongursky's kicked it out of the end zone. They started at the 20 every time. So let's see what Jace Ferguson, the 9th grader, can do here for the Wildcats. He's under center this time. Sends a man in motion. Here's Ferguson. He's going to hand the ball off. Looks like he handed the ball off to Noah Nasser. No gain on the play. Might have lost a couple on the play. So Andrew Masala, number 6, in on the tackle for Slippery Rock.
That play just takes a little more time to develop, and offensive line just weren't able to keep Slippery Rock back there. There was a little too much penetration from the Rockets.
So that'll bring up a 2nd and long in Wildcat territory. If you're just joining us, 17-0. Slippery Rock on top. Just starting the third quarter, brought to you by Zockler Motors. So here's Ferguson in the shotgun. Takes a snap. No, that's Hummel back there, the quarterback, looking for something to make it. Hummel throws the ball down the field, and it's going to be incomplete. Had a receiver down there, and it was actually for Jace Ferguson down there, trying to make that reception on the play, but Hummel got a lot of pressure that time from Slippery Rock, and ball falls incomplete. That'll bring up a 3rd down.
He did a nice job just getting that ball away. On his back foot, threw that ball probably 30, 35 yards. It was a kind of a jump ball, but his other options were take a big hit and sack probably for another 10, 12-yard loss. So he did a nice job of getting rid of the ball.
So Ferguson taking a look at the sidelines and Coach Eggleton. They're taking a lot of time back there. Everybody taking a look at their wristband. Ferguson set to go now. Back in the shotgun, takes a snap, rolls left, looking to throw, tries to lob one out here to number 8, Tommy Smith, but it's defended by number 22 for Slippery Rock, Lucas Allison. Pretty good defensive play, but Ferguson has to lob that ball a little bit. Really tough throw, Ken, moving to his left and trying to throw for a right-hander. That's a tough one. That's a tough throw to make without a doubt. So the ball falls incomplete, and the Wildcats are going to have to punt the football away.
Good coverage, good pursuit on the rush. He got it off, and the defender was right there. Wasn't much separation between Smith and Allison. The punter comes on late.
Yeah, Ashton Rex. It's like, what are we doing here? So Ashton Rex looking to kick it out of there. Nice punt. Ashton Rex, the ball hits at the 41-yard line, takes a Clarion bounce, still on the ground, rolling and rolling and rolling, and it's down right at the 22-yard line right there. So that's where Slippery Rock will take over at the 22-yard line. Wildcats down 17-0 and trying to hold the Rockets off in this series.
Hopefully I don't jinx myself here, but one thing that I am glad to see is that for the first game of the season, both teams had very few mental mistakes. There may have been a handful of penalties, one or two times either team jumped off sides, so it's been a good game, a nice game that way. Coaches have to be pleased with that. And as I say that, there's a flag on the field.
There's a penalty flag all the way back at the 30. We're watching everybody mark the ball here. So referees there. There's a hold on Clarion, so they'll step that off. So this won't start basically at the 20. Let's see where they're going to mark it off to. We'll see. We'll
bring you up re-kick it or what?
Yeah, we'll bring you up to date on a few other scores while we got a minute here. Keystone 14, Red Bank 8 still at the halftime right now. Brockway on the board twice now. Brockway 14, Union AC Valley nothing in the second as they start the second quarter. Kane 8, Montauk nothing, and that will be the Wildcats' opponent next week. Montauk. Karn City 35, Girard nothing at halftime. That game being played up in Erie also. So Karn City all over Girard up there. Halftime, Brookville 14, Bradford 6, Clearfield 21, DuBois nothing at halftime. Elk County Catholic 12, Bucktail nothing at the end of the one. And Cameron County's come roaring back and tied it up with Cottersport with 4:17 remaining in the third quarter. It's 14-all up there. And, Ridgeway and St. Mary's have started that game 0-0 with 6:15 remaining in the first quarter. Tomorrow, Port Allegheny will head to Otto Eldred, and Smethport will take on Sheffield. So here's Slippery Rock. Here's Muckle looking for somewhere to go. Has that ball out there like a loaf of bread, and he's brought down basically at the 35-yard line. Good defensive pursuit.
Noah Nash was in on the tackle there.
Yep, Noah Nash. That's good. That's good. So second down at 9. And as the lights don't seem they're as bright, and it's making it difficult to see the shiny Slippery Rock numbers basically. Here's Mokel. Hands the football off. And running back will get up over the 35-yard line. That's Shane. Yeah, that's Shane Johnson. Shane Thompson with the carry.
Tackled Luca Cherico on the tackle there. Stuffing up the middle, number 52.
First time we've said his name this evening. So Slippery Rock, third down, and they'll say 9 at the 34-yard line. Here's Mockle, back to pass. Rolling right. Getting some pursuit that time, and he's going to be run out of bounds. Good defensive play by number 66, Cole Wren, that time. Cole Wren picking up some speed like a big train around that right side and knocked Marco out of bounds for a big loss all the way down to about the 28. He's knocked out about the 27-yard line. So good defensive series by the Wildcats, and Slippery Rock will have to punt it away.
Nice job, Cole. He was in pursuit, and actually Merkel gave him a pretty good stiff arm, got a little more separation. He stayed after him and drove him out of bounds and tackled him for a big loss.
Slippery Rock on the punt. Snap is good. Pressure that time.
Ooh, that's kind of rough.
Might have got a piece of him that time. Ball hits at the 47-yard line, and it's down there by number 18, Dustin Joyce. And the Wildcats come in like crazy. So personal foul, roughing the kicker against the Wildcats. And let's see if they're going to maintain possession on that. It looks like Slippery Rock will. That's a big. He got his money's worth that time.
Yeah, the Central Clarion defender tried to hold up, lost his footing on the turf, and slid into the legs of the kicker. And the kicker was defenseless. And it's a correct call. He walked off the field limping quite a bit. But it wasn't. I don't think there was malice intended. I think he tried to pull up and lost his footing and went into the legs of the kicker.
Yeah, and he rocked him pretty good on that time. So some good. Ball be spotted 42-yard line. And Slippery Rock will maintain possession. Here comes Mokel. Back onto the field. And after that roughing the kicker penalty, Slippery Rock will maintain possession, and they'll pick up about 20 yards on that play. So Mokel out there right now. And the referee's taking a heck of a lot of time to spot the football here. And now it looks like they got everything taken care of. He's got Sabo down here at the right. Here's Mokel looking for Sabo. He's got some pressure in the backfield, and he's going to be brought down by big number 67, Chaos Baker in the backfield. So Slippery Rock and Mokel going to lose a few on that play. Good job by that young man, number 67.
Defensively, he was looking for the quick pass to Sabo, and that time Kristen Simcoe was in perfect coverage. He couldn't deliver the ball. It probably would have maybe been picked off. That's why he pulled it down, and the sack occurred.
Clock still ticking, 8:44 remaining in the third quarter. Third quarter being brought to you by Zocro Motors on Greenville Pike Extension. Here's Mokel, second and a mile. Back to pass, getting more pressure. Mokel's loose. He's up over the 35 to the 40. Mokel to the 45-yard line, looking for a block down there, and Mokel all the way into Clarion territory, knocked out inside the 45-yard line. So William Skip Mokel, Zip Mokel, tucking it and running into Clarion territory for a big first down.
That's a shame. Clarion had good coverage, good pressure. He broke out of that, and then there was some open field, and he made the most of it.
So big run. So Ken, one thing I did notice tonight, because of the heat and everything, I'm surprised that they have not taken periodically taken a timeout to get some of these guys some water, because those big linemen are a lot of hands on hips. First down and 10 at the 42-yard line of the Wildcats. Here's Mokel, low snap, back to pass, getting some pressure, rolling right. He's going to keep it again. He's up over the 40 to 35-yard line, all the way down for close to a first down at the 28-yard line.
Defensive back Tommy Smith came up and made the tackle, but not after a long 8 or 9 yard gain.
Coach Larry Wendell Roos from Slippery Rock's got to be like saying, hey man, I don't want you running that much. You know, you're my star quarterback here. We need you for the whole season. But Mokel doing a pretty good job of running that football. Here's Mokel. Hands the ball off this time. Penalty flag on the play. Hands the ball off to Shane Thompson. Penalty flag coming in from the far side of the field.
Central Clarion was making substitutions. They had probably 13 players on the field, and 2 of them were offsides when the snap occurred. So they weren't, again, the pace of Slippery Rock's offense caught Clarion with making adjustments.
First game. Got to know that a little bit more coming down. So Mokel talking to the sideline about the next play. Referees have another discussion. And let's see, the referee's going to let us know what's going on. Illegal substitution against the Wildcats. And that'll move it and set things up for a first down. At about the 28-yard line into Clarion territory now.
Clarion's got to answer the bell here defensively. They've got to make the stop.
Here's Mokel. Hands the football off to Brett Glasick, and Glasick finds a big hole. Down over the 15-yard line. And getting close and into the red zone, actually.
Offensive line for Slippery Rock opened the Red Sea, and he had a big hole to run through on that one.
Staying with the up-tempo. Here's Mokel. Has the football. Hands it off again to Brett Glasick. Glasick inside the 15 to the 10-yard line. Big gainer that time. Picks up about 8 yards on the play. Going to bring up about a second and about 4 for the Rockets.
Wildcats need to stiffen up here. They can bend but not break here. They've got to really settle themselves down here in the next couple plays.
That up tempo is really taking its toll. Ball's handed off to Ryan Montgomery, and Montgomery, he's out close to a first down, and he has enough to get a first down. So referee signals first down inside the 10-yard line now. Clock continues to run. On a very hot evening, a lot of hands on the hips on the Wildcats defensive line. Here's Mokel. Looking to do something. Keeps it. He's up over the 5. He's to the 1 and touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run by Zip Mokel. Keeps it, goes off the left side, and Slippery Rock extends their lead to 23-0 over the Central Clarion Wildcats. So, nothing really hard there. Mokel just quick little fake inside, belly fake, kept it around the left side, rolled into the end zone. Maybe one guy got a hand on him. So, here's Kongursky on. Attempt the extra point. Eli Anderson to hold. Snaps down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So, with 5:58 remaining in the third quarter, Slippery Rock extends their lead. It's Slippery Rock 24, Central Clarion nothing. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with more of D9 football on exploreClarion.com, brought to you by Kerle Tire.
Dubrook, a proud member of the M&B Group, is the right choice for your next concrete project. Specializing in decorative concrete products, precast concrete products, gravel and stone delivery, Dubrook has what you need to complete your residential or commercial project. With locations in Clarion, DuBois, St. Mary's, Butler, and Evans City, Dubrook is ready to offer their professional help as your ready-mix supplier. Call 1-844-DUBROOK today.
Back at Slippery Rock, Dave Cadis and Ken Nellis. Slippery Rock, 5-yard run by Zip Mokel. Runs into the end zone, extends the lead to 24-0. So it's going to be the Wildcats' opportunity now. Here's Kongursky on the kickoff. Short one. Ball's taken at about the 5-yard line. by number 22, Ashton Rex. He's still on his feet. Good running there, up over the 28-yard line. May have got out to the 30.
Yeah, Ashton did a nice job on the return. Was a little patient initially, looked to pick his lane, and then accelerated through there and had a nice return.
So the Wildcats are going to start with some good field position. At around the 29-yard line. Still got a lot of time. Half of the third quarter yet, and still we have the fourth quarter going on. So I'm sure Coach Eggleton takes a look at the scoreboard and say, hey, let's run this football a little bit and see if we can mix in a pass to Simcoe a little bit. I thought we would see more of Simcoe tonight, Christian Simcoe. He split out pretty wide. So here's Ferguson. He hands the football off. Good little hole right there, up over the 35-yard line. And Noah Nazer does a nice job. Picks up about 7-8 yards.
Yeah, nice hole opened up by Cole Wren, number 66. He ran pretty much right over top of where Cole was blocking, making an opening there in the line, and nice gain for first down. That's what you need.
Yeah, got to get some confidence, get a few first downs under your belt here. Second, and they'll say 3. At about the 41-yard line. Here's Ferguson. Rolls right. Got some room. Throws the ball. It's complete to Ashton Rex over the 50-yard line and into Slippery Rock territory. Good throw by Jace Ferguson and a better catch by Ashton Rex.
Nice combination there. Again, mixing the ball up, moving the ball outside the pocket. Again, it's a tough throw, but they were able to connect that time. It was nice.
Yeah, he's able to roll right, and he found an open receiver, and that's an easy one. So that's a good throw by him, picking up the open receiver too. He's going to get used to that as the game gets going, as he starts playing game after game. You'll be able to pick out that open receiver a little bit more. Here's Ferguson. Hands the football off to Ashton Rex again. Rex trying to get to the 45-yard line. He's not going to make it, but there's a penalty flag on the play. So side judge comes in.
I think they're going to get number 5, Christian Simcoe, for a hold on the outside. He was trying to maintain that block and hold that block and hold that block. The defender fought through it, and referee chose to throw the flag.
We're talking to the captain down there for Slippery Rock, Andrew Masella, and they're telling him to move him back. And that's exactly what they're going to do on that play. Okay. What else we got going on here score-wise? Any updates on things? Still halftime at a lot of these places. We'll try to keep you up to date as much as we possibly can with some live scores as we get going. See if we can reboot and try to get you a couple other scores here. Okay, here's Ferguson. First down and 20. Ferguson hands the football off to number 20, Brecken Rex, and there's nothing there that time. Just a wall of red, basically, on that play.
Yeah, Brecken didn't have much opportunity to get any momentum or pick a hole. It was he got up to the line, and defense was there to greet him.
Well, Coach Eggleton running some clock here. Which is a pretty good move. Here's Ferguson in the shotgun. See if we can get something going here. Quick pass out to number 11, Will Clark. Ball's caught, picked up, and the ball was fumbled. Coaching staff on the side, the Clarion side, saying it's an incomplete pass, but it's not what the referee has to say. He's pointing to Slippery Rock's direction, so big turnover by the Wildcats on that play. And that'll set Slippery Rock up in great field position. It looks like inside the 20-yard line.
Ryan Hummel got turned around a little bit receiving that ball. When he did square up, he was met very hard by a defender. from what I saw that the tackle was made, then the ball came out after the ground, but not what the referees saw. And Slippery Rock will take over the ball at about the 18-yard line.
Okay, 24-0. Slippery Rock on top, 3:19 remaining in the third quarter. Slippery Rock with possession again inside Wildcat territory. Mokel still in there at quarterback. He's got Sabo split out wide. Here's Mokel, whistle on the play. Another penalty flag on the play. Legal procedure on the Rockets.
Well, the Slippery Rock's got the same color jerseys as the Punxsutawney Chucks, but they play a little different brand of football.
That's right.
So we're seeing red out there, but it's not the Chucks.
Well, you see it, and we're both university guys. I'm looking on the field and seeing Clarion's uniforms. Looks like Clarion University, and the gray and maroon look like IUP.
Yep.
So I'm seeing like the Clarion IUP game down here instead of Clarion and Slippery Rock. Here's Mokel looking for something to do with it. He gets it out to number 24. That's Brent Glasick. Catches the football, picks up a few. That'll bring up about a 2nd and 10 at the Wildcats' 23-yard line. So let's see if we can get a big play or a turnover here. Here's Mokel. Same play. Sticks it out to Glasick. He's their big pounding runner. He gets inside the 10-yard line. And it looks like that's going to be another first down. First downs tonight being brought to you by Allegheny Grill of Foxburg. Go down to Allegheny Grill. And nice place to have dinner down there.
Not so fast, my friend. This is going to be third down.
Third down. Oh, it looked like it looks like he had a first down. That's what happens when you get old and you can't see 53 1/3 yards across that field, let me tell you. Thanks for picking that up, Coach Nellis. I appreciate that. Here's Mokel. Handoff. Glasick again. Glasick in for the touchdown. 9-yard run. 9-yard run by number 24, Brent Glasick. Extends Slippery Rock's lead to 30-0. There's an injured player down there for the Wildcats also. Looks like possibly, just don't diagnose things. They always do cramps. Everybody takes a knee. So we got a minute here. Let's take a look at some scores and see what we got here. With 6:54 remaining in the third quarter, it's Keystone 16, Red Bank 8. Halfway through the second quarter, down at Union AC Valley, it's Brockway 21, AC Valley nothing. Kane in the second quarter up 8-0 against Montauk. Karn City now in the fourth quarter, 35-7. Girard got on the board against Karn City. In the third quarter, it's Brookville 27, Bradford 6. Clearfield 27, DuBois 7 with 5:35 remaining in the third quarter. Elk County Catholic 12, Bucktail nothing with 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Cottersport and Cameron County all tied up at the end of the third quarter, so that should be a good one heading forward. And no score up at Ridgeway, up at St. Mary's. Ridgeway and St. Mary's getting together. Tomorrow's games, Port Allegheny against Otto Eldred in the daytime, and Smethport versus Sheffield. Here's Kongursky on for the extra point. Try to extend it. Gursky's kick is up and drills it between the goalposts. So Slippery Rock extends that lead now to 31-0 with 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. So let's take a timeout. You're listening to D9 Football on exploreClarion.com, brought to you by Carly Tire.
Best wishes to our local teams for a safe and successful season from your one-stop car, truck, and SUV dealer, Clarion Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Visit us on Main Street in Clarion or start online at ClarionAuto.com.
Back at Slippery Rock, Dave Cadis and Ken Nellis. Friday Night Lights, week 1. And it's all Slippery Rock. Down here at Slippery Rock in a game where the Wildcats are supposed to play Punxsutawney and the Rockets were supposed to play Fort LaBeouf. Process of elimination and COVID, we end up with Slippery Rock and Clarion Wildcats. Here's Kongursky on for the kickoff. Ball's taken at about the 8-yard line. Picked up there. It looked like by Ashton Rex, and he's got nowhere to run. Slippery Rock all over him. They can feel it now, Ken.
Yeah, Slippery Rock, that was a bouncing kick. Again, I think Kongursky's getting, maybe his legs getting a little fatigued. Didn't kick it as far as he had been, but hard to handle, and Rex picked it up, and defense was swarming. So he did a nice job even to bring it back 8 or 9 yards.
Okay, so the Bobcats take over possession. Going to mark him, I think, at the 17-yard line. And Jace Ferguson under center. Motion man, they're going to try to hand it off to number 11, and that is Ryan Hummel. And Hummel, hard running in there. It's tough running in the trenches. Picks up 1 or 2 on the play. Taken down by number 59. Looks like Blaze Mullen in there. Starting to see maybe just a few different jerseys on defense. We play on turf, you can't tell the white jerseys, if these guys have been in or not. But it looks like I'm seeing some different numbers now for Slippery Rock, and that's good. Here's Ferguson, 18-yard line. Wildcats sets man in motion, and we got a penalty flag.
I think the defender on the left end got caught by some motion by the Wildcats and jumped. So Clarion will be beneficiary of a 5-yard penalty.
So they'll move out. It'll be a short, second and short. Again, next week, Wildcats will be taking on Montauk in a big mini rivalry game. Looking down that Clarion schedule, Coach.
Go back to Montauk next week, then down to Carn City. 2 trips down to some hostile territory.
Here's Ferguson. Keeps it. No, it's Hummel in at quarterback, shaking things up again. So Ryan Hummel, 11th grader, 5'11", 175 pounds, keeps it around the right side, and he has enough to pick up a first down.
Nice little belly option play. He put it in the belly of the running back, pulled it out, and took to the right edge, and had just gained enough to get the first down.
1:54 remaining in the third quarter. Third quarter tonight being brought to you by Zocro Motors on Greenville Pike Extension. Thanks to Pat Keel. I'm sure he had something to do with that sponsorship. Here's Ferguson. Good little quick handoff, and that looks like it was Noah Nasser that time, pounding it up the middle.
Guy for Slippery Rock that's been in a lot of defensive plays is number 22, Lucas Allison. Kind of all over the field. Really comes up fast and makes some tackles. Does some nice job in coverage. He's been, a little difference maker on the defense.
Yeah, everybody's 5'11", 165 these days, let me tell you, as we go. So second and short for the Wildcats. Let's see if we can pick up a first down here and maybe even break one. Here's a handoff to number 20. That's Brecken Rex. Rex over the right side, and he's going to have enough for a first down for the Clarion Central Wildcats. So good job by Brecken Rex. Run out of bounds on the Clarion side.
Looks like the ball is going to be spotted at about the 43-yard line.
Good ground control game, and Ken, as we said at the beginning of the game, this is their game. This is what they got to do. They got to have some success. They're going to have to run that football, and they're doing that quite nicely here at the end of this third quarter.
Yeah, especially with the young quarterback, it's going to be key for their success for the season.
Ferguson, quick hitter in the middle.
Nice.
Nasser
gets
it up in there, bounces off, keeps those legs driving. Pick up of about 2.
Nice second effort by Nasser there. Again, like you said, he got hit hard, bounced back, and he kept his feet, kept chugging forward. Fell forward for a short 2-yard gain.
So 2nd down and 8 for the Wildcats. Taking a look at the clock.
I think you're going to let the clock run out here in a quarter.
I don't know if he's going to be able to do that without taking a penalty. I don't know. Let's see. That's 12 seconds. Let's see. Ferguson looks like they're going to have to run another play. Ferguson hands the ball off to Nasser again, trying to get some yardage up over the 47-yard line and gets it down almost to the 48. So not enough for a first down. That'll bring up a 3rd down when we return. That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter, which is sponsored by Zocro Motors. We'll be back with the 4th quarter. You're listening to District 9 football on exploreClarion.com and brought to you by Kerle Tire.
Zocro Motor Truck Sales in Clarion is an international Diamond Ed certified service department. As one of only 276 such shops in all of North America, you can be sure that when your medium or heavy-duty truck needs service, the job will be done correctly at Zocro Motors. Our work is guaranteed nationwide at any international truck dealer, and our parts and service prices can't be beaten. Our technicians are factory trained and factory certified. Don't trust a shop that just thinks that they can make repairs. Come to Zocro Motors Diamond Edge Certified Service Department. If it's maintenance you need, click ZocroMotors.com or call us for a quote on those jobs too. Our prices are great. Best of all, you know the repair is done right and it's guaranteed. Get your truck service work done at Zocro Motor Truck Sales, 2 miles north of exit 64 Interstate 80 in Clarion. Zocro.
Back at Slippery Rock, Dave Cadis, Ken Nellis, bringing you the action tonight. Clarion and Slippery Rock. Sometimes you think, Clarion University and Slippery Rock. Just doing some Googling today to find, in the 7 hours we had before the game, try to find out a little bit about the Slippery Rock High School team, and I kept showing up on Google with all the Slippery Rock University information. I didn't need that. I needed the high school stuff. So, Wildcats start this 3rd quarter. Here's Chase Ferguson looking downfield. Ooh. Oh, boy, he had number 8 down there. That's Tommy Smith in the middle of the field. Broken up down there, but good presence of Ferguson. He saw Tommy Smith break open, just a quick little hitter right up the middle of the field, and put some zip on that football. So the young man can throw the ball. There's no doubt about that. So ball falls incomplete, and the Wildcats will have to punt it away.
I like that call, Dave. It was a nice design pass play. He was there. The pass was maybe a little bit behind him, right between 2 defenders. But again, that's something they'll got to go back to and connect with, and it'll pay dividends in games down the road.
He'll complete that pass in week 4, no doubt. So, ball's off. Ashton Rex punts the ball away, and it's taken as a fair catch back at the 25-yard line by number 25, Ryan Montgomery. So Slippery Rock now gets a chance to extend their lead, 31-0 if you're just joining us. 11:48 remaining in the football game on a beautiful Friday night in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. A game that, in some respects, shouldn't have been played, but both administrations, Clarion and Slippery Rock, got together to play a Friday night game and give these student athletes an opportunity to compete on the field. Even though COVID reared its ugly head this afternoon this morning when Punxsutawney had to cancel their football game with the Wildcats, Slippery Rock was there to pick up the game, and we want to thank everybody down here. Here's Mokel back to pass. Looking, dancing around, getting some pressure, looking down the field. Incomplete.
Nice defense by Hummel, Riley Hummel. Ryan Hummel.
Ryan Hummel. There's too many Hummels, man. They keep cranking them out, let me tell you. 25, Ryan Montgomery, intended receiver. Ball falls incomplete. And the clock stops. 11:40 remaining in the game. Here's Mokel. Hands that football off. Got some running room. That's Ryan Montgomery. Out over to the 30-yard line. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 4.
Montgomery, not a real big guy. He runs with some authority and some power. He hits hard.
Yeah, he comes off the field and takes a knee. There's another handoff. Slippery Rock trying to run that football. They're going to be out close to the 1st down. Going to be a little bit short. It's going to be 4th and short. Looking towards the sidelines. And I think Slippery Rock is going to go for it. They are. So 4th and short. Here we go. Here's Mokel. Coach Wendelroos changes the play. Mokel gets it. Hands the football off. And look out, he's got some running room. There's number 19, Shane Thompson, down the right side. Shane Thompson at the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown for Slippery Rock. 64-yard touchdown run by Shane Thompson around the right side. And Slippery Rock extends their lead to 37-0. Just a quick little play off the right side. Nobody over there and contain for the Wildcats. And Shane Thompson was off to the races.
Yeah, they were bunched up on 4th and goal, and he broke that first tackle, got to the outside, and that's all she wrote.
Kingerski on for the extra point. He hasn't missed tonight. Can I jinx him? Whistle on the play.
Yeah, the referees, they're still.
They snapped the ball. Both the ref and the side judge were talking over here, and he snapped the ball anyways. The play just continued.
I think they wanted to know where they were going after the game to get a sandwich. Talking about.
Well, it's still like 90 degrees. I think they're out looking for a cold one. I'll bet they're going to figure out where can we go. He said the North Country Brewery is a good place. So here's Kingerski. I don't know what was going on. They had a conversation, but no penalty or anything else. Now another conversation. I don't know what we're waiting for here. What's the delay?
They got to get the ball back. He kicked it so far.
He kicked it 65 yards. The little kid doesn't. His legs are like 2 feet long to try to get to the ball kid. The ball retriever, basically. All right, we're going to try this again. Okay, Kingerski hasn't missed all night. High snap. Kingerski. Got another one. Extends the lead for Slippery Rock. 38-0 Slippery Rock. 10 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more D9 football on exploreClarion.com, brought to you by Kerle Tire.
Enjoy fabulous fine dining in a casual, elegant atmosphere at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg. Take in the breathtaking view through the windowed walls or dine on the patio overlooking the always changing Allegheny River.
Throughout West Central Pennsylvania, people are losing their glasses. Well, they haven't really lost them. They just don't need them anymore. Thanks to the amazing LASIK surgeons at Laurel Eye Clinic. Call Laurel Eye Clinic and schedule your free consultation.
Back at Slippery Rock, Dave Cadis, Ken Ellis. Glad you joined us tonight. Opening night of Friday Night Football. high school football season, along with other sports going on, too.
It was a brutal week for all the kids to practice, whether you're cross country or in a gymnasium playing volleyball or out playing practice at football. It was high 80s, 90 degrees all week, so these kids are put through the paces all week, that's for sure.
Well, now that the score is 38-0, there'll be a continuous clock due to the PIA rules. So, let's see if the Wildcats can get things moving. Here's Kongursky. Hits a knuckleball down to the 10. And it's taken by number 22. And that is Ashton Rex. And Ashton Rex is going to be brought down about the 12-yard line. And that's where the Wildcats will take over right from there. Okay, let's check a couple scores. Keystone 16, Red Bank Valley at the end of 3. That game is still pretty tight there. Brockway 21, Union 6 at the start. That's still in the second quarter. Kane 8-0 over Montauk at halftime, and that'll be the Wildcats' opponent next week, Montauk. Carson City 35, Girard 14 in the fourth quarter. Brookville 27, Bradford 6 at the end of 3. Clearfield 27, Du Bois 7 at the end of third quarter. So it looks like Slippery Rock
taking a timeout here, probably gonna get something organized, maybe put in some backups. I would imagine that's the reason they'd be doing that. But are they going back to kick? What are they doing here? We're gonna kick it again? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think. I'm not sure.
Oh, there was a flag back. I'm sorry. There was a flag back here on the. So it must have been offsides on the 40-yard line. Again. Watching the ball down the field and didn't look back to see the Slippery Rock offsides.
And these guys in the stripes, they're in no hurry. You can tell. It's like. So we'll try it again.
We get the same problem we had before. We're going to retrieve the ball, the kicking ball. It's got special air in it that
you want to go there with that, or you don't want to go there with
makes
that?
it go further.
That's it. So they move him back to 35-yard line. So I've enjoyed this all night, watching him kick the football. Somebody gotta take a look at this kid. He's in 11th grade. Nick Kongursky. Back deep. I think that's still Ashton Rex back there deep for the Wildcats. So let's see if we can get a good return on this one. Here's Kongursky, and it's going to be Rex down at the left side, around the left side, looking for somewhere to go, and he's going to be brought down at the 25-yard line. So good tackle down there by number 22, Lucas Allison. On that play.
Allison, like I said, he's in a lot of tackles, defender. I guess he's going to come off the field now, but otherwise he's probably been on the field, offensive, defense, and special teams all night.
It's going to be a lot of tired bodies down there. A lot of people sleeping in tomorrow morning, except coaches. They'll be chomping at the bit to watch the film and meet and try to figure out how to improve both of their football teams, basically. $9:49 remaining on a turning clock here at Slippery Rock. Here's Ferguson. Hands the football off. That's Brecken Rex. Rex still on his feet. Good running all the way out to almost getting over midfield at the 50-yard line. Brought down about the 48. So good running from Brecken Rex. He gets up a little hobbled. It's been a long, hot evening for those student athletes down on the field tonight. But a big first down for the Wildcats.
I think we see some new numbers in there for Slippery Rock, so they've made some substitutions.
Yeah, you see a lot of guys from Slippery Rock who were in the game without their helmets on the sidelines. So here's Jace Ferguson. Hands that football off to number 21, Noah Nasser, and Nasser brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Just nowhere to run.
Nasser did a nice job that time holding on to the ball. There was a defender there trying to strip him. He did a nice job of gaining some yards and holding on to the ball.
That'll bring up a second down and 7. Ball at the 50-yard line. See if we can pick up a first down here. Jace Ferguson under center. Hands that football off to Ashton Rex, around the left side, and Rex is going to pick up a first down up over the 40-yard line. He needed to get to the 38. He got to about the 40, so first down for the Wildcats. Good running by Rex that time. Hard running.
Offensive line was out there pulling, giving him support on the edge, and he did a nice job of breaking a tackle or two and dragging a guy with him for a little while.
So first down and 10. Ball at the 40-yard line. Got a nice little drive going here for the Wildcats. See if we can keep it going.
I like him to see him hook up with a pass here to Simcoe.
He's got some room out here, that's for sure. Going to hand that football off. And that's Brecken Rex, and Rex is free. He's down inside the 10. Can he get to the end zone? No. He's going to be brought down about the 4-yard line of Slippery Rock. Good blocking and good running that time by the Wildcats. Brecken Rex just turned on the Jets around that right side and picked up a first down and almost got himself into the end zone. That'll be a first down inside the 5-yard line for the Wildcats.
Yeah, he had a couple blockers out there with him leading the way, and then they popped him through, and then his speed took him the rest of the way inside the 5.
The Wildcats trying to get on board for the first time tonight. Jace Ferguson under center. Sends a man in motion. Handed to the up back. Nothing there. Trying to get inside the 5-yard line. Number 21, Noah Nasser, the hard-running 5'9", 185-pound running back, tried to push forward. That'll bring up a second down and goal at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, he was met by 2 or 3 Slippery Rock defenders right in the hole, and he got stood up and stopped. It was a nice defensive effort by the Rockets.
Offensive line getting set. Ferguson under center again. Hands that football off to number 11, and that is Ryan Hummel. He tries to get into the end zone, and he does. Ryan Hummel gets on the board for the Central Clarion Wildcats. Good running by Ryan Hummel, a 4-yard touchdown run. Here in the fourth quarter, and the Wildcats get on the board.
Yeah, he met a defender in the backfield, and the defender didn't wrap him up, put a hit on him, but he bounced off and then skated into the end zone for the score.
Good athletic ability to move around that left side and then turn it north and south. Slippery Rock was trying to string him out, but he finally turned it up, and he had clear sailing into the end zone. So Wildcats get on the board for the first time this evening. Now they'll line up for the extra point. When the kick is up, and the kick is good by number 14. That's Charlie Francino. So the Bobcats get on the board here in the fourth quarter. Let's take a timeout with 5:57 remaining in the football game. Score now is Slippery Rock 38, Clarion 7. You're listening to D9 Football on exploreClarion.com, brought to you by Kerle Tire.
No matter how cold it is outside, you can keep warm and toasty inside with a built-in the USA super efficient furnace from Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Affordable, quiet, and reliable. You can count on your furnace from Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Back at Slippery Rock, Dave Cadis, Ken Nellis. Central Clarion with a great drive. Gets on the board here late in the football game. Charlie Francino on to kick that football away. It'll take a bounce. Ryan Montgomery fields the ball, and he'll be taken down right around the 30-yard line. So, nice little drive, Ken, that time for the Wildcats.
Yeah, the Wildcats did it basically on the ground. A lot of the big run was by Brecken Rex. Ashton Rex did some hard running work there also, but Hummel was the one that put it in the end zone for the score.
Ashton Rex, just taking a look. Ashton Rex. Brecken Rex is the senior. Ashton Rex is the 11th grader. So there is a timeout on the field.
It's going to be interesting. I'll probably take a little more time throughout the football season to check out scores by Slippery Rock and some of the stats online, some things, just to see in some of these players and see how they do during the rest of their season.
Yeah.
They've got some nice kids. One thing I've noticed, Dave, is just kind of from my perspective is that a lot of quote tough playmakers, offensive and defensively, are 11th graders. So bodes well for the Rockets for the rest of this season. And
yeah, I think the big gun over here is Hickory that everybody tries to dethrone. So I'm sure that'll be a big game. Exchange in the backfield. Doesn't go basically the right way. I'm not sure if Mokel's still in there, or they got another quarterback in there. They had a number 16 in pregame.
I think that's who it is, number 16, Eli Anderson.
That's Eli Anderson in there trying to get some experience. So loss of about 4, so 2nd and 14 for Slippery Rock. And here's Anderson. Hands that football off. And it's taken near the 30-yard line. Back to almost the original line of scrimmage. A lot of new kids in there. Number 14, Alleman Cooper, in at running back.
Defensively for Clarion, Central Clarion also, there's a lot of new numbers on the field. So,
yeah, a lot of young kids. Both coaches know basically where we're at in this point of the game. So trying to call off the dogs a little bit. Not get your starters hurt in the first game of the year.
Give these young kids some experience, too. There's another fumble.
There's Anderson. Fumbles the ball. Still loose underneath. And it looked like Slippery Rock might have got that football back. They did. Number 56. Landon Schaefer coming off that pile with the football. 4 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the football game. Once again, glad to have you with us tonight. Slippery Rock on top, 38-7. Fourth quarter being brought to you by Clarion County Community Bank. So Clarion County Community Bank stepping up for our fourth quarter here at Slippery Rock. I thank all of our sponsors tonight for all their support, bringing you D9 football. Lots of substitutions. So guys coming in and out, in and out. Fourth down and long. Slippery Rock's going to punt that football away. Let's use back deep for the Wildcats. This is number 3. Good snap. Ball's down. Kick is up. Number 81 back there. Cohen Kemmer. And Cohen Kemmer fields the football. And he gets introduced to number 23. Sam Schwartz from Slippery Rock. So the Wildcats will take over back in their territory. Looks like around 38-yard line, 35-yard line.
About the 36-yard line, Clarion will have a first and 10.
I want to thank our producer, Sean, tonight. Really very good technical broadcast for us, keeping us in line. Coach Nellis called in from the we got called in from the bullpen, and we're trying to make it sound good tonight. But Sean's keeping us in line with everything, so we really appreciate his help.
They brought me up from single A. I went right from single A to the big league.
You were like in the Nantucket League. I brought you. You weren't even in single league. I mean, you had wooden bats. The league you were in. Let me tell you. But I appreciate your help stepping up and helping everybody out at Explore Clarion. So here we go. 35-yard line. Handoff to Clarion. Cohen Kemmer, number 81, makes a turn on the left side. He's up over the 45-yard line. Gets himself out to the 48.
It's a first down.
It's a first down for Cohen Kemmer. That's it, 9th grader. 5'9", 140 pounds. You remember those days? 5'9", 140? Let me tell you. Okay. Clock continues to run down to 2:27. Left in this football game.
Still on a running clock.
I think he was just in bounds, so I think we're.
I'm just saying they still run the clock even though it's under 35 points.
Yep. Here's another handoff out to the 50-yard line. Another young buck, Braylon Beckwith, with that carry. Good for Braylon. Another 9th grader. We got the whole freshman class in here for the Wildcats on this drive. Ferguson under center. Sends a man in motion. Toss sweep out here. Up over the 45-yard line to the 40-yard line. Is it 28, Ken?
Yes, number 28.
That's Brady Quinn on that carry for the Wildcats. Good running by Brady Quinn. Let's see, chances are he's going to be another 9th grader. No, he's a 10th grader. 5'9", 140 pounds. Good for Brady Quinn. Just a little bit of a squirt there going through the line, so good job for him. That's it. All these freshmen are in there saying, come on, we can score, let's go. Penalty flag on the play. No, timeout from Slippery Rock. Slippery Rock's going to take a timeout. So let's take a short timeout. With the score, 38-7. Slippery Rock on top. You're listening to D9 Football on exploreClarion.com, brought to you by Carly Tire.
He's on the 30. He's on the 20. He's on the 10. It's a touchdown.
There's nothing like football. The lights, the cheers of the crowd, and getting a chance to see our local athletes and kids give it all they've got. Come to a game. Support our local schools. Clarion County Community Bank. A better way to bank. Member FDIC. Visit us online at ClarionBank.com.
Back at Slippery Rock Stadium, Troy Allen Stadium, named for Troy Allen. Wildcats trying to punch one in here with about 52 seconds remaining in the football game. Got all the young bucks in for the Wildcats right now. It's going to be a handoff to Brock Smith. He's around that left side, and Brock Smith's got some room. He's over to 30 to the 20, still on his feet. Drug down about the 15-yard line for the Wildcats. Good running by Brock Smith.
Yeah, that was a nice burst of speed and showed some tenacity when they got to the corner there. Very determined. Probably have time for one more play here, Dave.
Yep.
With the running clock, it's under 20 seconds. I'm not even sure if the Wildcats will get. Well, yeah, they're sending.
We got 15 seconds. I'm telling you, all those young kids want to say they want to score. They want to be on the field and score. No doubt. So I think they got 8 seconds. Here's Ferguson. He's going to probably have to throw the football up there. Hands the ball off around the right side. Looking for some running room over there is number 28, and that is Brady Quinn. And Quinn's going to be brought down at the 8-yard line, and that's going to be the end of the football game tonight. Final score, Slippery Rock 38, Central Clarion Wildcats 7. Let's take a timeout. We'll be back with the post-game show, sponsored by the Fun Bank. We'll talk about the player of the game. We'll talk about something to build on, and a few other goodies for you here during the post-game show. So we'll be back in a few minutes. You're listening to D9 Football on exploreClarion.com, brought to you by Kerle Tire.
Best wishes to our local teams for a safe and successful season from your one-stop car, truck, and SUV dealer, Clarion Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Visit us on Main Street in Clarion or start online at ClarionAuto.com.
Dubrook, a proud member of the M&B Group, is the right choice for your next concrete project. Specializing in decorative concrete products, precast concrete products, gravel and stone delivery, Dubrook has what you need to complete your residential or commercial project. With locations in Clarion, DuBois, St. Mary's, Butler, and Evans City, Dubrook is ready to offer their professional help as your ready-mix supplier. Call 1-844-DUBROOK today.
With so much to protect each day, Eric Schick Insurance and Financial Services is here to help you find the right coverage that fits your life. Call 814-275-2210 to learn more.
Locally owned and operated, Hager Paving of Strattonville provides a range of services: hot mix asphalt, cold patch asphalt, tar and chipping, and seal coating. Hager Paving's reputation in business is based on customer service, referrals, and your satisfaction. Serving residential, commercial, industrial, and local municipalities throughout Western Pennsylvania, exceptional service, exceptional quality. That's Hager Paving of Strattonville. Call 814-764-5080. That's 814-764-5080 for Hager Paving.
J&J Trailers and Equipment Sales on Route 66 in Shippensville is your one-stop trailer shop for all things trailers. J&J stocks over 70 trailers at a time of all shapes and sizes, including enclosed cargoes, equipment haulers, utility trailers, tilt trailers, and dump trailers. Reputable brands include CarMate, Sport Haven, PJ, Liberty, and Wells Cargo. If you are looking for the most dependable trailers on the market, backed by the industry's best warranty, choose J&J Trailers and Equipment Sales. Trailers that work for a living.
Back at Slippery Rock. First game of the season, Central Clarion Wildcats and the Slippery Rock Rockets. It was all Slippery Rock tonight with a final score 38-7, the Slippery Rock Rockets over Clarion. Ken, a lot of scoring on the red side of the field. Why don't you walk us through it?
Yeah, after a scoreless first quarter by both teams, Rockets scored... start putting it on the board here in the second quarter. 11-17 in the second quarter. 24-yard touchdown pass from Zip Merkel to John Sabo opened the scoring up for Slippery Rock 7-0. They came back at the 8:22 mark with a 1-yard touchdown pass from Zip Merkel to Shane Thompson. Put them up 14-0. Right before halftime, with 1:40 to remain, Nick Kingerski kicked a 43-yard field goal. Very impressive. Strong field goal to take them into the halftime. It's up 17-0. And then Slippery Rock continued the dominance in the third quarter, coming out at the 5:58 mark. A 6-yard touchdown run by John by Zip Merkel to put them up 24-0. And then at the 3:01 mark, a 9-yard touchdown run by Brett Gellick to put the Rockets up 31-0 going into the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, at the 10:21 mark, a 66-yard touchdown run by Shane Thompson for the Rockets made the score 38-0, invoking the running clock. And then Central Clarion got onto the scoreboard at the 5:57 mark with a 3-yard touchdown run by Ryan Hummel, making the final score Slippery Rock 38, Central Clarion 7.
Pretty impressive Slippery Rock's Rockets team. Pretty young Clarion team. One thing about football games like this, your first game, is you make your biggest improvements throughout the whole season from your first game to the second game. So there's going to be a lot of film to look at on the Clarion side and also on the Slippery Rock side. So a lot of different things, some good things that are out there. And saw some good things on the Clarion side, Ken. And that brings us the game summary brought to you by Laurel Eye Clinic, and the post-game show also being brought to you by the Fun Bank. Got to select the player of the game for Clarion. And we talked about this a good bit. And throw it on you. You made the big decision. I helped you a little bit.
I made the big decision.
Like that.
I think 10th grader Noah Nasser, number 21. Offensively and defensively, he was a really tough runner, ran the ball hard early. Every time he touched the ball, he was making good contact and getting positive yardage. And then also on the defense, he kind of lined up in the middle, again, making a lot of good stops, a lot of good tackles. I don't know the stats for him after the game over on tackles, but I'm sure there are going to be some impressive numbers for Noah.
Yeah, and we could have some honorable mentions too. Ashton Rex played a pretty good game. Brecken Rex, the Rex brothers, pretty good. Ryan Hummel, pretty good. And I'll tell you, I really came out of this football game seeing the Jace Ferguson, and I could see him a year down the road, 2 years down the road, 3 years down the road. He's going to make an impact for this Wildcat team. First game as a 9th grader, thought the young man played pretty good and held a really good con of himself to start off with. It's just this, the other thing is the Slippery Rock's a pretty good football team, which offsets a lot of the positives on the Clarion side. You played against a pretty good football team tonight, and that's something that's up. So the player of the game, once again, sponsored by Hager Paving. That's Noah Nasser. And something to build on. This is brought to you by Ty Nesta Builders' social media page. So something to build on. The Bobcats have a heck of the Wildcats have a heck of a schedule upcoming here in the next couple weeks. They got to go to Montauk next week. After that, they got to go to Karn City back to back, and then they have Brookville at home. So that's going to be a really, really tough schedule. And to see how it's going to work out. One good thing for the Wildcats is at the end of third quarter, Kane's up on Montauk 15-0. So no blowouts, or Montauk doesn't have a really big lead. So something to build on. You might be back in a situation where you have the level of competition with Montauk, because like we said earlier here, Slippery Rock is a pretty good football team. So thoughts on that?
I think again, build upon the maturity of the young quarterback. He did a nice job. He didn't, and the other thing that the Wildcats did, they played sound football. Didn't make a lot of sloppy mistakes, not a lot of mental mistakes. I think that's one thing that as a first game, the coaches got to come away confident and happy about that. They weren't making mental mistakes out there. So a lot of those physical things can be taught, technique, and fixed. And I think defensively, they'll build upon their defense in some coverage. They showed some things in the past game that they were a little deficient at. But again, they'll go back and fix that and get ready for Montauk next week.
We have so many sponsors in the post-game show. We want to thank Clarion Ford, Sweet Basil Italian Restaurant, Carrier Insurance, Next Step Therapy, Red Bank Chevrolet, Allegheny Grill at Foxburg, Zubrock, Luton's Plumbing and Heating, Bauer Truck Repair, and Eric Schick Insurance Agency. So I really enjoyed it a lot, Ken. We got thrown into it tonight, and we're so glad that Sean's with us trying to put on the broadcast tonight and everything. And hopefully you all enjoyed that out there tonight. We don't like the score with the Wildcats losing 38-7, but there's next week, and I think a lot of these kids are going to grow from this football game. So, Mr. Nellis, thank you once again for stepping up and in some difficult times here and helping us pull off a broadcast, and we really appreciate that. And Sean, once again, thanks to our producer Sean for helping us out. So once again, the final score from Slippery Rock, it's the Rockets 38, the Wildcats 7. Enjoy your night, everybody. Thank you.